Hey everybody, welcome to Tags Amalgam Night. Yeah, sorry, Mike. I thought I just jumped right in there. Yeah,
all good.
Let everybody hear about all the old men on the show tonight. So,
oh man, brutal.
Anyway, we are too short this evening. Unfortunately, with Steven and Kelly both were unable to join. So tonight we got the pleasure of having a prodigal son show back up. So we got Mike Rooth with us, Thomas Day, and Jason Flowers.
Hey.
How's everybody doing this evening?
Yo.
Yeah, Jason, I know you've been very busy doing your live stream on Wednesdays, right?
Yeah, I've been trying to.
Yeah.
Whenever I can. If it's not Tuesday, it's Wednesday. If it's not Wednesday, it's Thursday.
Okay, so yeah, so as long as it's regular, yeah.
Yeah, at least once a week. I'm trying to.
No, that's good, man.
Yeah, Neil, I'm sure Hugh is awake. Yeah, let me give him a quick buzz, see if he wants to jump in. Yeah, he'll still come in 30 minutes late and finish first. So.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
Yeah. So, Mike, what do you got planned for this evening, or is it going to be another mystery?
No, I think I want to do kind of like I was trying to think of the Amalgam. If you did like a Who's Who magazine, like a Who's Who guidebook to the Amalgam, I would like to do an illustration in that kind of fashion. And I was going to do the hyena, which is of course a mashup of the Joker and Sabretooth, the main enemy of Darkclaw. So yeah, he's kind of fun design. He's got some elements of Sabretooth that I like, and all those great wacky Joker colors and the edge of violence to it all. So yeah, should be a fun piece.
That will be. Yeah. Thomas, what are you coming up with there this evening?
Well, this is going to be a MODOK mashed up with Lobo. That's going to be pretty interesting. And I'm going to thank Mike for that because he gave me the idea.
Wait, was it Lobo or Loki?
Lobo.
Oh, cool.
He
Okay.
said Loki, but I thought, that when he said Loki, I was like, Lobo.
Okay.
Hey.
All right. Yeah, because I was listening and I thought you guys said Loki for the Lobo. Yeah, that'd be great. Yes. It starts out looking like a marshmallow. That's what Neil said.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Jason, what are you going to do tonight?
I'm going to attempt to draw. I was going to do Dark Claw, but
Ooh, that'd be
if I have time, I'll try to do a Dark Claw sketch. But Beat Demon?
Beat Demon? Nice.
Yeah, I guess it's the Flash and Ghost Rider.
Yep.
That's wicked.
Yeah, it's one of the cooler design ones, too.
Yeah.
Anything Ghost Rider I love, so.
Oh, yeah.
Is Ghost Rider back on a motorcycle or is he still in a fucking car?
I don't know.
I don't know,
I'm
man.
all about, there's
There's
one
the-
time the Spirits of Vengeance series was all I was about. Spirits of Vengeance.
That's great. Yeah. But no, I know for a while there, there was a new host and that character drove like a muscle car.
Yeah.
That's not a rider. That's a driver.
I think there's the Cosmic one, too, which basically kind of has like a Lobo-style space Harley type deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's one. Yeah, and that's fine. It could be a space. It's still a motorcycle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that there was a guy with a car for a while. I don't know. I don't keep up with all of them.
I didn't read that one. I just know that Trad Moore did the artwork on the series. The design was really cool, like the helmet, like the face, and just Trad's got a really, really interesting linear style, really, really high, tight control work. And he did some really fantastic design with that version of Ghost Rider. I didn't read it, unfortunately, but it was just definitely a different take on Ghost Rider for sure.
Not a good one, in my opinion. I mean, because if you are riding in a car, it means that someone else is driving. So, if it was like a limo and Ghost Rider like had a chauffeur, okay, I'd kind of be down for that take. See him rolling up in a big stretch.
That just gave me an idea for like a Marvel and or like a comic book hero and classic D&D mashup where you could do like a goblin riding a warg is now Ghost Rider, or something. It would be kind of rad, like a flaming goblin skull riding a warg, an armored up warg that you can't tell where the animal is, just all plates and spikes and madness. Mm-hmm. And there's a goblin sitting on top of it with a flaming head. I'll probably have to draw that now.
Now, my question on that would be a goblin or an orc? I'm going more for Warhammer, thinking like
that's where I was going.
Yeah,
orc, maybe an orc would ride it. I was thinking a goblin. I read a short story recently that had a goblin that rode around on a warg, and I thought it was a really cool pairing. Mm-hmm. But that's true. It could be an orc as well, some kind of a gobo type creature, anyway.
Yeah, to me the goblin would be a little too small. Maybe that's just my opinion. It's your art,
that's fair. That's fair. For sure, that's fair though.
Damn, Thomas, your marshmallow's got a face already.
Almost.
Yeah. Hey, Randy. And Randy said there's no Iron Lantern. He quit. He's out.
Well, I thought Steven was going to cover that, but he had to bail. So you know what? This one's coming along kind of fast. Maybe I'll end up getting to do an Iron Lantern because I thought the design was cool. I like the simplicity of it.
Yeah.
But can always put that in your sketchbook, granite or something like that, Randy. But yeah, I think I'm gonna go with this guy today, just because I kind of have an image in my head. That's a rarity these days. So
it's a great pull. Have you guys read that original series anytime recently?
No.
No. It's such good 90s material.
Oh yeah.
Like late 90s, early 2000. Yeah, I mean, carries over to feel like the 90s, but I still have the 2 points where I was like, no, this ain't right. The whole Lobo Wolverine and the
Yeah, man.
Yeah. And then, actually, sorry, not 2 points right, but then the point that was totally right was the Namor Aquaman scene. Still, like
That was that was still one of the best fights ever. I thought that was wicked. Especially because it's like good. I don't care. Or I don't care about Namor. Rather, I've always kind of hated Namor because he's always been a thorn in the Fantastic Four's ass. Like if you're a Ben guy, then you kind of naturally don't like Namor. So, but yeah, because at the end of the day, Namor really is, he's kind of more powerful than the Thing, and if he gets into the water, then he's way more powerful than the Thing, and it's it's always kind of like a fuck. How's Ben gonna get out of this? Oh, he's not, because the Namor just put him in a sleeper hold at the bottom of the ocean or something, something like that. Yeah.
Do you watch Rick and Morty? Or do you get Rick and Morty, like the new seasons right away up there, or no?
I haven't watched Rick and Morty in a couple years, if I'm honest. Yeah, I've missed a lot of it.
Yeah, they've taken some great shots at Namor in it this last season.
Oh really?
Yeah. Yeah, they got a character who's just, an over-the-top exaggeration of the Namor character.
Oh, nice.
Oh, and Randy... Oh, Neil was playing the Randy with us. Yeah. Oh, Iron Lantern, Spider-Boy, Bat-Thing, top 3.
Yeah, Bat-Thing's pretty wicked. I've drawn the Bat-Thing before. I did all the things Inktober years ago. And it was a lot of fun.
Bat-Thing?
Oh, yeah, Bat-Thing's just fucking madness.
Man-Bat and Man-Thing.
Okay, I remember now.
Yeah. Bilson Kevich drew that book, too, so it was totally nuts.
Oh, wow. So it's Man-Thing and Man-Bat?
Man-Thing and Man-Bat, yep.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And Bilson Kevich drew it, and it's just... He drew it. It looked like he drew it in 5 minutes, though, so it just looks like it's just these raw, big, broad strokes with his, the nib like it in the brush, like just, I don't know. I thought it was pretty high energy comics. It still had that plastic, shiny '90s feel to it, but the drawing is really like raw and like I would have loved to have seen the original pages of it because they probably would have just been crazy to look at.
Yeah, I'm looking at them. They're pretty cool.
Oh, yeah, typo there. But yeah, Neil posted, if he recalls, the creator of Rick and Morty just got charged. Yeah, but he typed it up. The creator of Rock and Morty, and now I want that spinoff show.
Rock and Morty.
Yeah, Rick retires and Dwayne Johnson takes over.
It doesn't matter what you think, Morty.
I was gonna say that.
Okay, where's...
Oh, even Iron Lantern's pretty cool.
Oh
yeah, man, Iron Lantern looks great. Like, basically looks like a green, like just a green, man suit. But I love that they went with the, the mask that kind of goes up to the points, and it's just something nice and simple about it, man.
Yeah, most of the mashed up characters are good characters. They do it. Doctor Strange Fate, I always dug.
Yeah. There was some fucking weird too.
Oh yeah, because then you had Doctor Doomsday.
Oh god.
That was just a fucking hot mess.
Oh boy.
I can't even picture that.
Well, just picture, shit. Blanking on the... I can't get Doomsday out of my head now. Yeah, Doomsday, duh. I just picture him wearing Doctor Doom's cloak and hood.
Jesus.
That's it. That's pretty much it, and a belt.
Is he like a Hulk type? Like, so he's basically like Doctor Doom Hulk, but fight.
That's what I'm
Some
picturing.
stuff I couldn't go there. Like, I started investigating. I'd be like, no.
Yeah, I mean, no, he's basically Smart Hulk. He's just the
Yeah.
Peter David Hulk. I mean, he's just
Oh, I
yeah.
got you.
Yeah, he's Doctor Doom, but with Doomsday power.
I got you.
Yeah. Yeah, it was one of the lazy ones that went, oh wait, they both have Doom in their name. We can put them together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw there was one. I know they did a lot of stuff with like the Norse stuff, like the Asgardian stuff and the New God stuff, but they did one that was Orion.
Yeah.
And I read it. I read it before I saw it, and I was like, Orion. Oh, that could be wicked. And I looked it up, and I was like, oh man, that is terrible.
That is
That is
garbage.
dreadful.
All right, I gotta look that one up.
Oh, pretty grim. I thought. I don't know. I was like, oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, the other week mashup was Thanos' when it was basically
Thanos, yeah.
It's like, first off, Thanos is just a weak version of Darkseid, so mixing them together is just bringing down Darkseid. But yeah, that was one of those, was like, okay, how do you really do them as a mashup, looks wise?
Yeah, that one's, yeah.
I guess you give Darkseid a disco glove, call it a day.
Well, yeah.
Whoa, Lobo the Duck?
Yeah, Lobo the Duck.
Lobo the Duck.
Lobo
That's
the
a great
Duck.
one, actually.
I didn't see that one. Fuck.
I don't know. I'm sure there probably was one, Neil. Neil's asking if there's a Red Skull one. I'm pretty sure there was.
No.
All right, who is Skulk?
That's the Hulk and Grundy.
Oh, yeah. We forgot to talk about that, yeah. And again, that's another one where, Grundy's just a undead Hulk anyway, so yeah.
Yeah.
That's one of those where they just went, let's do it. We'll throw Grundy in purple pants and call it a day.
Pretty much.
Yep.
Now.
Where's the cake come in all that?
I haven't seen a picture of what he looks like. I just read it and I got so disappointed.
I just looked at a picture. He literally is Grundy in purple pants. That's it.
Oh.
Like they kind of they slightly exaggerate his mouth a little bit more to have like a Hulk yell, but yeah, it's just straight up Grundy. Yeah, Grundy and Juggernaut would have been a better mashup for sure.
Ooh.
Who, sorry?
Rob brought in that Grundy and Juggernaut.
Ooh. Yeah. Yeah, that could be good.
Grundy and Rhino would be kind of cool too.
Ooh, yeah.
Now you're just being derivative, Thomas.
That's me. I told you, I'm on muscle relaxers. That's all I got.
Oh man, your Modoc's starting to look like a Joker Modoc. That's actually pretty twisted.
I know. Since I pulled the edges of the mouth up, I was like, oh, geez, that looks like Joker now.
Not a bad
Once I
thing.
slapped the makeup on him.
Say, not a bad thing. Roll with it, baby. If it works, it works.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can do that. It's almost there.
I think Neil went out and pasted Wikipedia for us because he just.
Yeah, I was on there for a little while. I was kind of on my phone, so I was kind of just screenshotting kind of lists of names and stuff just to see if anything sparked an interest. There was some stuff I was gonna investigate, but I ultimately was just like, oh, I can't believe they did that. In so many cases. But you know what? It was a weird time for me when that stuff was coming out. I was just started going to school. And I had no money, like, at all. So I was really giving up comics a little bit at that time. And so I missed out on a lot of that stuff. I read the Marvel and DC, like, that mini-series, like, where they fight and the terrible Lobo and Wolf. But yeah, that was pretty much it. After that, I don't think I grabbed much of the Amalgam stuff. I would just kind of catch wind of it from the guys who were at school who were still reading comics, but I was kind of out at that point. I didn't have the money for it, but yeah. And
I
comics
didn't
were
get
sort
all
of weird spot then too. Like no one really knew what was going on with comics anymore at that point. It was getting kind of strange.
and that's why that miniseries happened. Is
Yeah.
because both companies were just on their heels trying to figure out what the hell they're going to do.
Yeah.
And yeah, and it sold, massively sold because there hadn't been a crossover between the two companies, like a legit one, in such a long time.
Yeah. So long. Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't get all the spin-off ones either. So I mean, I'm sure there's a bunch of characters that I have no idea.
I just remember seeing them at the grocery store a lot. I would go over there and check out the comics, and they would be there, and I'd be like, "Whoa!" Like I think there was like a Nick Fury, Bruce Wayne. Right?
Yeah, Bruce Wayne, Agent of Shield, baby.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
a good one.
You know what? I think that was it for me too, man. I would see them in corner stores and stuff, and I would think,
Yeah.
oh, shit, that stuff's still going on, eh? Like I really thought it was going to be like a summertime fling, and then it was like a couple years later because it went from what, like 95 to 97 or something like that.
Oh wow, it went a couple of years.
Yeah, it went a couple of years.
Just like bam, 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 bam. Like here's
And there was like, I think there was like a version 1 and a version. I may be wrong here. I'm sure Rob or someone out there will know better than I do, but I think there was sort of like a take 1 and then a take 2 where they kind of came back and tried different mashups and it did a different kind of amalgam type thing. I think.
So Thomas, Rob
Yep.
was he was asking about the Modoc, asking how big do you think the final product will be?
I usually try to shoot for about 6 inches tall.
That's
So
what
yeah.
she said. Sorry, couldn't resist.
Six inches, eh? That's not too bad for that's actually
Yeah. Is
pretty good size for for a shelf. Like not too.
that how big the Rat Ogre is?
Yeah, he's
Alright.
about 6 inches. I think he was the first large size model that I did. The Rat Ogre.
Do you guys remember? Maybe Rob will know. Did they have the hyena laugh in a different way than the Joker, or was it just kind of
Ooh, that's a good question.
same? Did they use a different like word? Instead of ha ha ha. I'm just curious.
I'm googling it right now.
Hee.
Yeah, maybe.
More of with his fingers to his lips. Tee hee, tee hee.
Yeah.
What sound does the hyena make? Hyena says.
I'm not seeing a single official panel with him laughing. The only ones I'm seeing with him laughing look like fan art. Cat that feels he's been abandoned. I may have to jump off for a few moments, guys.
What's that?
I don't know if you can hear the cat outside my window.
Oh no.
Yeah. I will be right back.
Sure.
Talk amongst yourselves.
Yes. All right. I'm leaving it to you guys to carry this conversation.
Rhode Island is neither a road or an island.
Discuss.
Yes. Bring those hot takes.
Coffee talk.
Oh.
I don't know if you guys have seen it, but I watched Jurassic Domain last night.
I haven't seen that yet.
I have not yelled at my TV more
Oh no!
at any movie.
That's what I heard. That is definitely what I heard about that.
There were so many like, "What the f are you doing?" kind of moments. It just, oh my god.
Yeah, it becomes tough sometimes, for sure. I haven't seen that one, but yeah, when you're yelling at your TV, you know you're, you know that it's working on some level. It's working on some level.
They were just like, you know what? This is the third one. We're gonna make a lot of money. It doesn't matter. We're just gonna...
Yeah, we should try this. Why? That's really stupid. Yeah, I know, but let's try it anyway.
But it's the third one. We're ending this. It doesn't matter. That's how that movie was. And boy, oh boy.
All right. Maybe we'll for a second. I'm gonna paint one up. I think. See if this guy had funky boots or like that.
Yeah, when you said that you were doing the Joker hanging, I totally spaced and was like, what character was that? And then when you said it was from the Dark Claw one, I was like, oh yeah. Yeah, that was probably my favorite one, was the Jim Ballant.
Yeah. There was definitely some potential with a lot of the different things. There was some cool ideas, and cool stuff that fans had already thought of, that were just kind of nice to see, happen. I think, in some ways, like maybe not in terms of mashups, but just even in terms of like just trying on, different heroes with different villains,
Yeah. Yeah, like looking up this Speed Demon, like I said, there's he fights Two-Face Green Goblin, and I'm like, this is such a random villain for him to fight. I didn't think that it would be Green Goblin at all, but
Hey,
there's
sorry.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, Mike, Rob did reply. So he checked both Dark Claw issues and only one panel where the hyena is laughing.
Standard ha ha ha.
No explanation points, apparently.
So
that's the difference, right? He doesn't.
Interesting.
He doesn't put as much inflection into it. He's kind of phoning it in at that point.
Yeah. Well, there is kind of a laziness to laugh about hyena. There's a like, you're expecting me to laugh, so here it is.
He told a better joke and Killing Joke, so I'll just give you this for charity. Hey, Murray, what's happening? Murray just got back from slaying nerds at Magic Cards.
Nice.
You're out killing your own? Is that what you're saying? Because, by definition, you're out there playing Magic Cards. The Hyenas and Lion King did it better. Yes.
Mufasa.
So is everybody getting the cold snap right now, or?
Oh yeah.
Well, I'm in Tucson, so it's like 75 degrees.
Oh,
ooh.
I know we are in a frost alert here.
What?
Wow.
That's why
Really?
the cat was outside my window crying, because it wants to be outside. Yeah, but it's like every time I let him outside, he's like, oh no, fuck, open the door.
Yeah. False alarm. I want back in.
Warm in the peg. What's warm? Yeah, Nathan, it was posted that we're going to have falling iguana alerts tonight.
Falling iguana alert. That is still the most amazing thing.
Yeah.
I thought that shit was fake. I thought someone was joking about that. No, that's crazy.
Yeah, it will hurt if one falls in.
I bet.
Depending on the size of it.
Oh, yeah. It'd be like getting hit with a salmon just flying out of the tree.
Their tails are no joke. I got my lips split open by an iguana before.
Oh,
yeah. Oh yeah, the tail everything. Yeah. But yeah, they'll that's you'll like, well, you won't see it, but yeah, tomorrow morning there'll be a bunch of animal control people out early morning scooping them up.
No shit.
Wow.
They are an invasive creature, so fortunately if they don't thaw out in time and get away.
That sucks.
They are
Oh, man.
taken away. Oh, don't worry. They're not going to catch up on that population.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They all need tiny sweaters.
What'd you say?
They all need tiny sweaters.
Yeah, Neil. I have iguanas in my area. Not as many as I forget the name of it, but we have these other cool lizards that are really cool looking. They're like rainbow colored. More of those than the iguanas. Iguanas are a little more either in the rural areas or closer to the ocean. My area is too populated for them to be there too much.
We have the ones that run on two legs out here
Oh yeah,
in Arizona. They're
I
hilarious.
do love to see that. Yeah. Oh, you're getting and Paul's saying they're finally getting snow in Ontario. Yeah, it was all rain in January. Yeah, Nathan's saying basically getting them a bunch of Izod shirts, so it'd be lizards with shirts with lizards on it. Go for the Inception.
Do they still make those Izods?
Oh, as long as there's people retired in Florida, they'll still be making them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't seen one of those since I was a kid.
Yeah, it's one of those because you can buy it by the bulk, I think. You go to Sam's or Costco.
Yeah.
Get 20 of those shirts for $10. So, Mike, since you are out of your favorite paper, what are you working on tonight and what size is it?
Oh, I'm still working on my favorite paper. I decided I'm saving it basically for tags, I think, because I can do some nice big pieces, and I don't know. It's a nice, comfortable size to work at. So I'm just gonna ration them. I've got about 8 big sheets left, so I'm gonna just cut them in half, and I've got 16. I still really wanted to do a comic book with these, but I have a bunch of 11 by 14, so I can always try doing some slightly smaller format pages. Seeing about that. I don't know. I got jobs to draw for a while anyway, so maybe I'll get lucky in the next few months. I'll be able to locate more of this paper. I just wish the actual company itself, Strathmore, would get back to me. I emailed their customer service line. I've tried to reach out to them. I've tried to see if I could order the larger paper directly, have it sent directly to shops that already carry the product in different sizes, and haven't had any luck with that so far. So not really sure what to do.
Have you ever talked about this when Sean was on the show? Because he works at that, I forget the name of the art store, but he might have an in.
Sean Hill?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I forget the name of the art store, but it's an insanely popular one amongst you artists.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, Blix?
Yes, that's it.
Oh, wow. Yeah, Blix might have it for sure. Although the weird thing is, I've even looked on Amazon. I mean, Amazon basically, scour the internet for it, right? So it's a strange thing to not be able to find it in that size. There's one store in Canada, but yeah, I've searched.
Amazon's not necessarily the best place to look, though.
Oh, I hate even looking there, but it seems to be. If you're gonna find it anywhere, it seems like you're gonna find it there.
Well, no, I mean, ethics aside, because I shop at Amazon. I'll can't
Yeah.
resist. But it's more like high end, almost boutique stuff. Like this might not be their bulk material, so that you wouldn't find that on Amazon. So, like the retailer, the provider may not list it on Amazon. So,
Yeah.
yeah. I'd reach out.
I just
to
find it
Sean.
weird that the actual Strathmore website. That's just really odd to me.
Yeah.
They simply aren't making them in pads that size anymore, which is possible.
What size do you get?
This is 18 by 24.
Oh yeah.
They're pretty big. I've only seen them at Michael's. At the biggest I've seen is 11 by 14. They have 9 by 12, and they have 6 by 8. I think they have a smaller, like a 3 by 5, a little tiny, pocketbook size one. But yeah, it's a drag. I mean, I've got tons of the blue. There's a blue version of this tan. I've got loads of it. I've got like 4 decks of that paper. But I just like the tan because the tan gives me a little bit more versatility when it comes to color. With the blue paper, you're always fighting against the fact that it's blue paper. Although it holds up surprisingly well. I've done Swamp Things and stuff like that on this the blue version of this, which the color has been bright and strong, but nothing compared to this stuff. This stuff's it's just what I prefer. It's just a better thing.
It's what works. Yeah.
Yeah, and I've been saving it. Like I had one pad that I was kind of saving, and I eventually had to break into it, and I really wanted to save them to do a comic book, like really really big pages. Get some real enjoyment out of the work itself, and do some large pieces, and tell some sequential stories without being so confined. Because right now I'm finding comics to be a really confining thing to draw. Little too many characters and too many little panels, and it's well, let's just say it makes you feel your age.
Yeah, Paul Popet, man. I love how big he draws.
Yeah, that's the thing. There's something so satisfying about working that large. I may switch to the blue paper because I have so much of it, or I may see what I can do. Maybe there's a story that I can tell that would work really, really work well in those blue tones. It's like I can paint with bright yellow on top of the blue, and it doesn't necessarily turn green. It still holds on to its yellow strength, especially if I'm using that Eco Line paint that I like. It seems to sit on top of the color really, really well. I just like the tan because if tan's coming through, it's kind of like a dirty white tone is coming through. It's a lighter color, so you can still build on top of it, right?
Yeah.
You can get more color depth and more interesting layering happening and stuff, and hold on to a lot more vibrancy.
So the paper's actually blue. It's not like just a.
Yeah, it's basically the same kind of tonal version of this tan you're looking at, except it's kind of a gray blue. It's actually closer to, I'd call it gray. And oddly, they do make a gray as well. They make a gray and a blue and a tan. The gray is just kind of a boring 10 or 20% gray. And then the blue is kind of the slightly blue tinted version of that. I don't have any. Oh, I might have some handy. I've done lots of pieces on the blue. Yeah, I've got some blue here. The blue has this leopard on the packaging.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's actually it's a nice shade of blue.
Oh yeah, I can see it. Yeah,
I've done some nice Swamp Things and stuff on, and you can get, like I said, I can go in here with bright yellow, and it'll sit on top, like it'll still read as yellow. I once did a Wolverine I painted on this blue paper and old plastic yellow Hulk 181 costume, and it came out pretty good, but not as good as it would have come out if I had done the same.
What's on the cover of the?
The tan one, I believe it shows two like a lady's hands, and there's kind of like pearls or jewels or something like that, or a piece of jewelry. It's a drawing of a lady's hands on pastel.
What do you know the series number on it?
Yeah, it's a 400 series. Strathmore toned tan mixed media.
All right.
I believe it's their 400. Yeah, it's 400 series, which is their best stuff. I think they might do a 500 series, but that's probably just overkill. And yeah, you'll find it in all kinds of sizes, but finding it in 18 by 24 has been the challenge to find it in the tan. I've got loads of it in the blue. I've got like 4 pads of it in blue. I'm thinking maybe they just don't make it at that size anymore. Which is,
Well, I'm seeing the tone tan at that size at 400, but it's got an older cowboy on it. I don't know if this is the same thing.
That one is, yeah, that might not be the thick mixed media paper.
Oh, mixed media. I see mixed media now.
Yeah, that one, that's still a nice paper, but that's really a thinner paper. It's more of a sketchbook kind of paper. I have that very sketchbook here somewhere.
Yeah, no, that one wasn't mixed media. This one's mixed media now. It's got the 2 hands holding the flowers.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what you're
That's
talking
the
about?
one.
Yeah, it's on Amazon.
At that size?
Only 3 left in stock. 18 by 24.
No kidding.
Want me to grab them for you?
Well, if you, yeah, send me the link anyway. Let me have a look and see. That's weird.
Well, the thing is though, it might not be on yours because it's going to be Amazon CA.
True. Yeah, it might automatically send me there, but I can use. That's interesting.
Here, I'll send you a screen grab through WhatsApp, and you tell me if this is right. This white hot action of me buying shit. That's what everyone comes here for.
It's nice paper.
Yeah, check your WhatsApp.
All right, let's take a look here. No kidding. 15 sheets per pad. Really, 18 by 24? Really?
Yeah. So I snatched.
18 by 24. Well, holy crap. Erica has a Prime.
See if it's on CA, but like I said, this is US. Like I say, yeah.
Interesting. It's this here.
Oh, and Danny's saying that gray blue would be perfect for drawing a bunch of panels of Red Sonja in a cave. Wait.
Yeah, let me look it up. It's 300 series?
It's 400 series. Yeah. Oh, this would be extremely exciting.
Yeah, I already bought it. We just figured it out later.
You bought it?
I bought all 3 that were left. Yeah, I'm not a dummy.
So there's no point in me going, is what you're saying?
Well, then, yeah, let's not worry about it. They only had 3 available, and you grabbed them? Well,
Yeah, because it said only 3 left in stock.
Now you can ransom them to me.
That's right. Sorry, you can use every other one for yours, and then the other one's for...
Well, that's awesome, man. Thank you. Yeah, we'll totally work something. That's wicked.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
No problem.
You want to have them shipped right here?
Say what?
You can have them shipped right here, even if you wanted to.
Oh, I already did the buy it now. That way it ships right to me, and I'll have it, and then
okay.
I'll ship it to you because I got to send you some more books anyway. So.
Oh, sweet.
Oh,
well, thank you very much.
No problem. Like I said, if you're not finding it on Amazon CA, that's probably why they may not ship into Canada. Might be too.
That might be why. Yeah.
Yeah, because when I was doing stuff.
I find that's the case with a few things, especially when it comes to paper or wood things.
Yeah.
There's issues around that. I know there's a particular kind of bookshelf that I like for comics that for my table when I'm at shows, and they're actually at a place in where were they again? They were in New Hampshire actually, and they make them, and they're fucking awesome little like easy to assemble. They basically are good for 2 comics wide. They also make one that's like 3.5 comics wide, which is the one that I want to get. I tried to get one in time for Granite last time, but they never got back to my email. But they weren't shipping to Canada at all, and it's because there's too much shit around. Just the customs around sending wood or food, things like that. Like, it's tricky.
So Thomas, when you do the little legs on MODOK, is he going to be wearing like classic Joker pants or?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to do that and give him the little tails hanging off the back.
Nice.
Nice.
As I was just saying, it's like, oh wait, he's gonna have those little baby legs and everything. So
The crazy green hair is gonna be like out of control.
nice.
Which ink did I use? What am I going to use? Gosh. Yeah.
Oh, and Nathan Duncan said hi to Erica. Sorry, I missed that when she was still in earshot.
Erica is waving hello. Hey,
Oh,
Nathan. Be cool to see you guys in Winnipeg in October. If that happens, I'd love to go. We'll see how that works, how that shakes out.
So did everybody do their homework and watch Bullet Train last week?
Oh man, I almost watched it last night. We watched,
You almost watched it? So close.
yeah, we watched something else instead. What was it again we watched?
Those Who Wish Me Dead.
Oh yeah, Those Who Would Wish Me Dead. It was okay.
And you could have been
It
entertained.
had
by
a
Bullet
it
Train.
had a forest fire and ridiculous lightning bolt scenes, and also had like a crazy murder plot happening in the background of all this chaos, and it had Angelina Jolie in it, and the Punisher, and the kid that played one of the wild boys in the whatever they're called in Mad Max, the Fury Road.
Oh, no.
Nicholas
I would say,
Hoult, wasn't
or
it?
Beast and X-Men, maybe. You know, go.
Oh, was he? Oh, he was Beast in X-Men, wasn't he? Shit, I never saw those movies, so I wasn't even thinking about that. But you're absolutely right, he was. Yeah, he was
Oh,
also the kid in that. What was it? The Hugh Grant movie that he was like the kid, like on stage singing. What's that movie called again?
Love
Yeah.
Actually.
Love Actually. Yeah.
Oh,
No.
never saw.
I don't know what I'm talking about. Not Love Actually. Sorry. Yeah, he's been in lots of stuff. Anyway, he plays a snipery killer dude in this, and it was really weird to see him in that kind of role. But interesting movie.
Oh, someone's popcorn's done. Oh, and Nathan says he's playing Renfield in the new Dracula with Nick Cage.
Oh,
Yeah,
he
that
is. Oh, that's
pretty
interesting.
awesome.
Right on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that looks really good.
It does actually. He looks fun.
Yeah, and he did play Tolkien. Yes. Yeah, I haven't watched the trailer yet because I don't want to spoil anything. But yeah, I will be first in line to see that movie. Yeah,
That was
Nicholas.
pretty funny.
Yeah.
Oh, About a Boy.
About a Boy is the one I was.
I was wondering if that was going to be it because that's the only other.
About a Boy. Yeah.
It's the only other movie of his that I could think of.
Yeah.
Well, wait, was he in Bridget Jones' Diary?
I
believe he was.
Hugh Grant
Yeah.
was. Yeah.
Because it's like one of the most goofy, realistic fight scenes ever.
I know, it's so brilliant. It's so good.
Yeah, like the inside baseball of that is the director kicked off all the stunt coordinators from the set, and so that way the two actors could, fight-ish, go at it.
That's
And,
funny.
and of course, neither one of them knew how to fight, so that's why you get that authentic, almost
it's so-
windmill action.
It worked so great. That was so great. It's amazing they didn't hurt each other in that case,
Yeah, and he sticks his foot. I mean, it was a straight up Lisa Simpson, Bart Simpson fight, with the whole the leg up kicking.
I'm just gonna start kicking air like this. Yeah.
If you happen to get in the way.
Yeah.
Oh man. Is he? Rob saying 4 weddings and a funeral, and in 9 months when him and Tom Arnold kicked Barney the dinosaur's ass. Okay. I've never seen either one of those, but if they do that scene in both those movies, it might be worth watching it, or at least for
That's
this.
what I was just thinking.
Yeah, I'll be heading
How
to
the hell
you.
did I miss that?
I'm sure the clip's on YouTube. I'll just watch that and not have to suffer through the other 96 minutes or whatever it is.
Hugh Grant was in White Worm. Has anyone ever seen that?
White Worm.
Never even heard of
Yeah,
it, or at least
weird, like
Yeah.
horror movie, Scottish, British kind of film. Came out in the 80s.
Hmm.
Like people sacrifice people to like this worm down this tunnel or something. I mean, it's been years since I've seen it. But,
It sounds wicked.
yeah, it's one of his first movies.
And there's Danny with perfect timing. Sounds like a porno title, White Worm. He can only lurk so
Got
long.
you.
Eventually, someone's going to tee him up for a joke like that, and he's got to come in.
Yeah, Danny's got some. He's got some cool project ideas in mind right now. He's doing a little bit of writing, and it's good. I don't want to say what he's writing. I don't want to spoil it, but he's working on his own story, and he and I were playing around with an idea, almost like a fan fiction type thing with a character that we like, and interesting to see if something might happen with it. But yeah, he's been writing some cool stuff, man. I had no idea. I knew the guy could color. I knew the guy could draw, but he tells a pretty good story too. So anyway, yeah, he's got some stuff coming up, and he's got. I don't want to get him mad at me or anything like that or spoil what it is, but he's got an artist working on some stuff for him right now, and it's pretty exciting to see. So watch out for Danny, man. He's coming out. He's coming to get you in 2023.
Yeah, the hyena's looking good, but he's going to need to do a lot more squats if he wants that Dick Grayson ass. Yeah, it's kind of.
Oh yeah, he's looking a little flat.
Yeah.
A little flat on the can there, but it'll be all in shadow anyway. He's got those black leather pants on.
There.
It's compressing them. That's all.
Danny gave you an awe and your checks in the mail. So for the plug. Yeah, that's right. This live stream brought to you by Danny's work.
So what was it about Bullet Train you were talking about?
Oh, I mean, it's an insanely fun movie.
Yeah.
And I encouraged people to watch it, but apparently they just don't take my advice. They go out and watch, lesser movies.
I watched that a couple of weeks ago.
It's not often that I come through and say, "Hey, you should watch this." Normally, I'm like, "Oh,
that's true."
Because I also watched Clerk 3, and there is 90 minutes of my life I will never get back.
So I'm getting you didn't like it.
Well, I mean, if I wanted to watch Clerks, I would have watched Clerks. So,
Right.
I mean,
I haven't seen it.
half the movie is actually cutscenes from Clerks, because
Really?
this entire movie is about filming Clerks ish, like in a way, because Randall has a heart attack, realizes that he's pissed away his life, so now he wants to do a movie. So, and that Kevin Smith thought he was being smart by saying, "Oh, hey, we'll meta this and make Randall's movie the Clerks movie," which doesn't work because they're showing clips from the Clerks movie when they were 30 years younger.
Right.
And they're supposed to be playing it now. Yeah, it's just, it was late. Like, a neat idea that turned out bad because of super lazy writing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's too bad.
Yeah, a lot of rehashed jokes. So, but Bullet Train would take the bad taste out of your mouth and give you something fun to watch. So,
I was very surprised at how good that movie was. I really liked it.
yeah, I mean, it not a terribly original story, you know, and you have to suspend belief on a few things, but like every actor that's in there is giving all that they can give. I mean, no one phones it in. There's not a single phone in on that one.
No, it's fantastic. Yeah,
Yeah.
the acting's good. To me, the story is so simplistic, but like I love when I walk away going, "That's such a like." When you boil this down, it's just super simple. You know, I need to get this briefcase off this train, and then all hell breaks loose.
Yeah,
you know, so
like the only thing I didn't like of it, that I just like, you know, there wasn't an eye roll hard enough or a jerk off motion long enough for me to just describe it. You know, and without being a spoiler, but it's the very end. I was just like, I guess they paid the money, so that person's going to show up. But
yeah,
that piece did not work for me at all. I was like, that was just bad. But
are you talking about the main bad guy?
No. I love that. Okay. No, the very end.
Oh,
and we're still in that spoiler window, or spoiler free window.
Yeah. I know who you're talking about now.
Yeah. So, but everything up to that point, I mean, there were so many points where I actually stopped, rewound, just so I could hear the actor say that line again, or I forget his name, but the dude who played Quicksilver.
Yeah, he was awesome.
Yeah, he was so good in this that I no longer hate him for Godzilla. because Godzilla put a taint on everything he's done. But he Lemon and Tangerine, because his twin brother, they were just delightful, so good. I mean, again, everybody in this movie was great.
I now look at like Thomas the Train totally different.
I've never watched it because I was way beyond that time for Thomas the Train, but I wanted to go back and watch Thomas the Train to see if that much insight is coming out of that show.
It's pretty awesome how he makes all of it. Yeah,
I'm definitely intrigued about this movie because I didn't expect
to
hear
hear
Thomas
turn in the conversation.
It's such a fun movie, and again, I'm not saying
it's like because I think it's the Deadpool 2 director.
Oh, that makes so much sense. Yeah,
I think it's the director from Deadpool 2.
Yeah, and I won't again, and just like last week, it's not a good movie, by my definitions of what makes a good movie, but it's a fun movie. But it's so much fun that I want to see a prequel with every character that's on Bullet Train.
Yeah.
Like,
It definitely opens up avenues of seeing different things with these characters. Yeah.
Is it based on a manga?
I heard it is based on something. Yeah, I'm guessing it's manga, but I remember seeing based on a story.
Yeah, that would make sense. Yeah, because it has that comic feel to it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, totally. But I mean, again, so well written. The goofy flashback scenes for. I mean, really, the only goofy flashback scenes were for Tangerine and Lemon. Everybody else's scenes were a little more serious, but their characters were the well-designed comic relief without feeling like they were over the top comic relief. And honestly, Brad Pitt was not outshone by anybody, but everyone was at his level because he was delightful in this too.
Yeah, he was really good.
Glass Onion, no, thank you. Nathan was asking about it, and no, not a big Rian Johnson fan to begin with, and
I didn't like it as much as the Knives Out, but I didn't hate it. But I also having a hard time making it to the end of anything these days.
That's my problem.
Off. I ruined the last 20 minutes of everything I watched just by being tired. But,
there's so much of that movie that relies on absolute people being absolute morons and convenience. Like, you know, first off, if the world's greatest detective shows up to a party uninvited, why would you let him stay on your private island? You know, and again, you know, not sure how much we should say because I don't want to spoil it, but just like there's so much on it that's just layered in convenience that if any one piece didn't happen, the entire story falls apart.
Right.
It's just like, ugh, yeah, that's not good writing. That's just, you know, you're making things happen because the plot needs it to.
Move it forward.
Yeah.
That's the way most movies are nowadays.
True. And that's why I bitch about a lot of movies.
Right.
So again, if I give a movie a good, you know, hey, you should watch it, I really mean it. It's not bad. Or it's at least worth your time.
You can tell a lot of movies just follow a formula and they don't deviate from it at all. So you kind of know what the hell is going to happen.
Yeah.
It drives me crazy.
Yeah, that's what was happening a lot last night when I was watching Jurassic Dominion or whatever.
Right.
It's just like, if this happens, I'm going to be pissed. And then sure enough, it happened.
There it is.
Wait, what are you talking about? Which one?
I watched the Jurassic Park the third one. That came out.
The latest one?
The Dominion or something?
Is that what it's called? Okay, yeah, no.
I don't know.
Yeah, I've kind of
it was horrible.
Yeah, I've kind of washed my hands of that one. It's just gotten ridiculous.
It was bad.
Is that the one where they tried to bring back all of the cast from the first movies?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or now we have the retcon of the entire idea of the dinosaur clones, and now we got a dinosaur human hybrid continuation.
Oh, really?
Oh, whoops! Spoilers. Yes. Yeah, it's just garbage, you know. Because again, it's one of those plots that, like, if you take 10 steps back and go, oh wait, let's just pull this pin, and the whole thing falls apart.
Yeah, it was. There's a lot of unnecessary stuff in it, and yeah, there's just a lot of screaming.
Danny, which you're saying wasn't that one written and directed by Dwight from The Office? I'm not sure what he's referring to.
Oh, Rainn Wilson or whatever that guy's name is.
Yeah. Yeah. People are using too many pronouns in the chat. Not sure what they're referring to. Oh my God! Danny said about. I'm assuming he was talking about Glass Onion, or Glass. Yeah, saying the worth of Daniel Craig's accent alone. Like, I really want someone who has more time on their hands than me is to fucking rotoscope Foghorn Leghorn into those movies.
Let me tell you, boy.
Because I mean, that's pretty much what he's doing. He's doing a bad.
To a T, yeah.
Like the only thing that's missing is son. I said son.
It's a good kid. Dumb as a pile of rocks.
Yeah. Yeah, Glass. Yeah, it's so bad. Yeah, it's. It's Rian Johnson. Yeah, the guy who fucking killed Last Jedi. You know. And when I say kill, I mean like stuck a knife in it, not like he killed it. No.
Well, maybe Danny was making a joke because the guy spells the name Ryan with R-I-A-N and not Rain. R-A-I.
But it's also Johnson, not Wilson.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he I mean, I watched Knives Out, which, you know, I have to admit, I enjoyed the first couple times I watched it.
Yeah.
It's not bad. But again, it was one of those two, like, when I actually watched it, I'm like, oh, yeah, here's another one that just, like, I think we're giving him too much credit for it being how good we think it is but yeah. Then I stepped back from it. Okay, well, it took me like 4 watchings to really see the big loophole or the plot hole. So, yeah, I'll give him credit for it though. I still enjoy it though because again, the cast in it is fantastic.
Yeah,
and Glass Onion doesn't have nearly the charisma that Knives Out does.
no,
Like, yeah, and I like Edward Norton. I'll watch him read a newspaper, but
yeah,
even he can't. He can't bring it in this one.
yeah.
Okay. Uh-oh. Mike, you having problems?
Who, me?
Oh, I heard the like thumping on the board. I thought like you hit a
Oh no, my desk makes a strange creaking, and it's basically held together by my own willpower at this point.
chewing
it's
gum
got-
and duct tape.
It's got this main axle, which is basically a very long bolt, threaded bolt, and it's got a big tightening handle on one end, so I can, in theory, used to be able to set this desk up at whatever height I wanted, whatever angle I wanted, and it just had one wheel to tighten it all.
Mm-hmm.
And years ago, that wheel snapped, the handle snapped, but the bolt snapped off inside the handle, way down in the cuff of the handle. So basically, I don't have the ability to tighten my desk anymore. So instead, for all these years, I've had my desk basically on an angle, but the angle is only there because my desk is resting on a bookshelf that exact height. So it's I need to get the desk repaired. I don't want to give the desk up because it's a super awesome desk that was another artist before it was mine.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of want to refinish it a little bit and get it repaired. But yeah, that bolt snapped, so I've been working with a broken desk for about 5 years now. So I got to get that fixed. That's what you hear is the snap because it's kind of only supported on one side. So every time I shift an eyebrow, my desk makes that noise, like
that clicking noise, like my knee.
Yeah, super frustrating. I hate it. But
That's not bad. I thought because I know a couple weeks ago when you had the brain fart, you were just tapping on your desk, and I was like, oh shit, he's tapping on the desk. That's a sign. Go bail him out. Hurry.
He's tapping out.
He's done for. Yeah. Yeah, it sounds like there's someone tapping, but it's not. It's just my desk. The ghost of my desk. Now it's all I'm going to be able to hear, probably.
I know. It's like I'm like trying to come up with something else because it's all I can focus on now.
I probably should just give in and buy myself a new desk, but I really like this desk.
Nah, if you like it, you can figure a way to fix it.
It was made by, like, it was handmade by someone, I think, in the 50s, and the guy who had this desk before me must have been an immensely tall person.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a tall person, but I have the desk set up at the way that works right now. But yeah, I miss being able to set it up and actually having it fully flat. Like I could have it straight up in front of me, like a 90 degrees in front of me, or I could have it totally flat, or I could have it however I wanted. I normally would like to have it more like on this angle.
Mm-hmm.
Would be ideal because then I actually be able to do better camera work as well. Because it's on a really strange angle, unfortunately, and it makes everything look distorted. Like it causes it distorted at this angle. But anyway, yeah. Like on my screen, it looks like the Joker's hand is gigantic, but it doesn't look like that. It's just weirdly distorted. Yeah, it is a big hand, but it's not.
Not Venom
like
big, yeah. It's still better than what AI could do.
Yeah, well,
Boy.
for now, anyway, I guess. Yeah. Although I will say I'm encouraged by so many people coming out against it, and especially like Comic-Cons and publishers and things like that coming out, really
Definitely.
strongly against it. I haven't yet to hear, maybe I missed it, but I have yet to hear Marvel or DC come out against it. But I hope that they would. It's it's been kind of an ongoing conversation for sure, and it's an ugly one. It's spilled into some ugly conversations for sure.
Well, I don't
Cruelty and
I don't think you'll hear
Right.
Marvel come out against it until their hands is forced, because as soon as they come out against it, that would mean Disney would have to come out against it. And I guarantee Disney is not going to come out against it, because if they can get
I just sort of feel like these big companies, once they figure out they can get passable results for free, that they will, because that's how big companies work, and that's my one huge fear, is that like if the bigger companies start to set a terrible standard
Mhm.
and accept these things. I'm so happy to see shows that are barring AI artists from entering shows. I don't care who gets pissed off at that right now.
Oh no, they should.
I-
It's
I really do feel like it needs to be stomped out of existence in terms of being in the same commercial space as artists who have worked on this, and this is their industry and this is their life. I don't think there's any comparison.
I want
don't
to.
think
Oh, sorry. go
Yeah.
ahead. I was
No,
gonna say
no,
I want to go down the irony road on this, because AI has been writing for over 4 years now.
Wow.
And for everything from news stories to fiction, and no one has like cared.
Yeah.
And like so much so that the first movie was actually shot AI this past week, of course in Florida. But as soon as the AI touched the art, everyone lost their fucking mind. I'm like, hey, welcome to the world that I've been living in for the last 5 years.
Yeah.
So it's
next,
hopefully it gets squashed all around.
Next Saturday night, I'm going to be right after Tags. I'm going to be on another show called The Questionnaire, which is a couple of pretty cool rappers, and it's going to be kind of a roundtable discussion with myself, Hugh Rookwood. There's a few other. My friend Dominic Bercier is going to be on there. I believe Richard Pace is going to be on there, and we're all going to be talking about AI art. And one of the hosts is actually pro AI art, not as an artist, but as a guy who just likes to create cool images and feels like he's. I mean, I like the guy, so I don't want to judge him too harshly. I've judged people way harsher for less when it comes to their support or allegiance to AI art. I've just bounced people out of my existence because of it, and taken a pretty hard stance. But I do like this man. He's a host of the show. He's a good dude. I'm hoping it'll be a cool conversation where we won't just be four artists who all hate AI ganging up on the dude. I hope he brings some facts to the fight, because it's not a fight he can win. It's not a fight any of them can win. But it'd be an interesting conversation anyway. So that's called The Questionnaire, and that is right after Tags goes off the air next week. So
is that a live stream or is it a podcast they're recording?
I'm not sure if we're doing that one live or not, but I'm going to be recording it anyway. I'll be hopping off the microphone here and jumping right onto that show after. So yeah, it'll probably get. I would assume it would be edited before it gets posted, but
okay. I just didn't know if it was live or not. I say, because if it's live, send us a link, because I'd like to promote
I'd
and
like
see
to see
that.
Yeah, they'll definitely be sharing links around. Yeah, those guys they do pretty cool interviews. Actually, I've been on their show a couple times, and it's just always a pretty cool discussion. It's just an interesting topic for sure. It's happy to see that they've actually pursued. Today, I noticed that John Lamb, who's been a very powerful voice, for artists in this whole thing, he's the guy who's running. He and his associates are running the big GoFundMe to take it to legislation in Washington to try to basically get some kind of protections in place for artists before things are completely out of hand. They may already well be out of hand, but at least we can start suing the balls off of people who decide to steal from artists and stuff like that. In theory, in the future. We're really just kind of doing, I think it's just been, I'm not saying we, but artists who are in support of this are really just trying to safeguard things for the young and up and coming artists who won't have a fighting chance in hell if everyone has an $8 app that can do the same thing a lifetime of practice can do. And it can't, but for the people who matter, the people that pay, the publishers that print, the ones that aren't taking a stand, like they're on watch with me right now. I have to be prepared for what could happen, because it could be a landslide very, very quickly of artists losing jobs. I really do feel like when I got my career started doing small publications for role-playing games and things like that, getting published anywhere I could just to create a body of published work and try to get bigger and bigger gigs. A lot of those gigs will all be gone now, because if someone just needs a picture of a black and white orc riding a warg into battle against a bunch of dwarves or something like that, they can create that for free now. They don't have to pay anyone to create that, and a small publisher that doesn't have budgetary concerns can do whatever they want. And I do fear for those types of jobs, those kind of little role playing job gigs, which are always just great bread and butter for artists. I feel like a lot of those are going to be gone now, and hopefully not, but hopefully more game companies and publishers will come out against it and say, no, we're not allowing this to happen, at least until some laws are in place. But yeah, it's been a whole thing, man. It's been kind of depressing, to be honest. Some of the conversations around it are disappointing for sure. Anyway, that's my whole thing over with there. But
no, it's a big issue that's gonna surface here real soon.
Yeah, people who are arguing that it's just another tool aren't fucking getting it, and they aren't on the same planet. A tool is a thing that a human does with, it's a thing. It's a tool that is used with skill to achieve something. You can't take a helicopter to the top of the mountain and say that you climbed basically right.
Wait, what? You can't? Oh, fuck me.
Not yet.
There's way smarter people than me that are going to make way stronger arguments than me. I had no idea. And I remember the conversations were so weird, because I first started seeing, Mid-Journey things and DALL-E things like last March, and I was like, that's pretty crazy. It was actually one of our viewers, Tyler, showed me that he was playing around with DALL-E and put in Mike Rooth Swamp Thing, just to see what kind of results he got. And the results were really interesting. It didn't really look like me, but there were elements that were undeniably mine. Mm-hmm. It was very, very difficult to kind of pinpoint it exactly. But I remember when everyone started freaking out about that stuff, the conversation was, well, the comic book artists are safe because, there's no, they can't tell stories. They can't tell comic books. They can't make comic books with AI. And then 2 weeks later, a comic book made by AI actually pretty fucking solid all the way through. It looked like it was lettered and drawn and inked by the same guy. So it's moving way faster than anyone can even imagine. And then you think of artists, Kim Young-ji, who passed away a few months ago. There, the day after the man passed away, his images and style were put into a machine that reproduced his work. And
that was really messed up.
That was just completely tasteless and sickening. That man was a gift to this planet. The guy was a genius, and to have his work just completely deliberately, almost maliciously fed into that kind of.
That's
especially
horrific.
The second he was gone,
Brutal.
Well, I mean, remember the thread that Richard Pace posted? Well, that's the first place I saw it, then you posted it. But the one where the kid was asking how to copy a certain artist's style, and then that artist actually replied saying, "Hey, how about learning how to draw?" Yeah, and then his reply was, "I don't want to work hard." I was like, "Oh, yeah."
And that turned into the whole conversation. The tech bros try to spin it on ours. Why are artists valuing hard work so much? Like, what's this glorification of hard work? Like, I'm sorry, but choke on 1,000 dicks, okay?
Yeah.
Like,
You
don't
couldn't
come
ask
to
for
me
it.
and talk to me about why are you glorifying hard work? No. Fuck you. Sorry, man. No.
Yeah.
Like, no. That's just over the top. Like, glorifying hard work. You know, the thing that people don't fucking understand when it comes to making art, anyone who's ever made any art will understand what I'm talking about. It's never about the finished outcome. It's never about the finished piece. When you're an illustrator, yes, it is. However you get from point A to point B to hand in that illustration for your publisher on time, that's a different conversation. But when you're making art, the process of making art is what the struggle is. It's what the journey is. It's where the art is. The finished piece doesn't fucking matter. The finished piece could have 1,000 variables on how it's finished. But the process to get to that stage is yours. It's unique, and it's a human thing that cannot be replicated. And it is the hard work. It is the discovery and the development of skill. There's nothing fucking harder to do. So, yeah, I have a hard time staying civilly minded in these kinds of conversations because that's the argument, is that, oh, you're gatekeeping hard work now. Like,
gatekeeping hard work. Oh man, if we titled these episodes, that would be the title right there.
Gatekeeping hard work.
You're gatekeeping hard work. I wish I had that speech timed better. That way I could have done the clap back for you on it, because it was like. Yeah, Rob said he's not here, so he's going to say it. Mike for president. And I want to disagree. I want to push back a little bit, Danny. I get the trope of it, but the thrills in the chase, not in the victory. I'm going to say it's both, because honestly, you do the chase and you don't win, it kind of feels a little shitty. But yeah, I get the thrill.
But you learn from it, I guess. You improve as a person.
No, yeah, I'm not saying it's not a learning moment.
I think that's really what it is. Like, you can fail at a thing, but if you gave it a try and you failed and you learned and you said, well, next time it's going to be better. I mean, that's airy-fairy shit. But when it comes to art, that's kind of what it is. When you figure out how to draw hands, when you figure out how this knuckle is actually a little bit lower than this knuckle, and that's why your hands always look wrong when you draw them. When you figure out things like that are little things, that little human things you have to observe that can't really be taught. I mean, that's where the real journey is. That's where the real satisfaction is, I think. So even if you suck at hands, but they get better every time, you're still one up on AI. You're still one up on AI. Anyway.
Yeah, and Rob Liefeld.
Yeah.
Go there just now too.
All right, gentlemen, I'm going to leave this in your capable hands for the moment, since I don't have an AI to run the live stream. I'm going to go or fill my beer. Unfortunately, I got to train my Roomba. So it's too busy taking naked pictures on the toilet to get me a beer. All right, I'll be right back.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw some, like, I don't want to belabor a point, but I saw that article that I shared of Richard Pace's that turned into that whole conversation on my wall a couple weeks ago. Which I really appreciated everyone's insight on that, his feedback. There was another such post where a person basically threatening an artist, or kind of like saying, "Hey, I'm trying to figure out how to get my AI to draw like," and they're like, "Please don't." The artist comes out and says, "Please don't use my stuff in your. Please don't, whatever. Put my work into the machine. Please don't I don't want to participate in this." And the guy was like, "Oh, that's okay. I've already done it. I've already entered your whole portfolio in. Results are getting quite promising." And then he showed it, and he showed like these facsimile pieces that looked a little bit like this artist. where she had basically just said, or they had basically just said, please, don't submit me, don't subject me to this bullshit. And they maliciously went, well, I just did, and here's the results. Not too bad, eh? Like it's this kind of attitude, which again, like if that's what they're gonna fight with, if that's the attitude, is that it should just be, that it's just fucking Mad Max rules, Wild West rules on this shit. Like, I don't know. It's like Hugh would say if Hugh was here, there's just no fucking honor anymore. There's just no honor anymore. The age of the samurai is over, as he would say. And I agree.
Some of the defenses that the guys that make this AI, whatever it is just crazy. The points they make. Not everybody can come up with these prompts,
Yeah. They're not stealing, Well, no, they are stealing because the fucking computer doesn't know what Batman looks like. So you have to actually enter a Batman into its brain so that it figures out what Batman looks like. You know what I mean? Like, fuck off. Don't tell me it doesn't steal.
You can see parts of signatures in some of the stuff.
Well, that's because the AI knows that it's supposed to sign its work like people do. Fuck off.
Right.
Well, if that was true, then it should teach itself how to make its own signature. No?
Yeah.
Like, my God, you can do everything else, can't you? I'm just so tired of it, man. And the people defending it are just they're well, they are a type of people. Let's just leave it at that. That's all there is to say. Like the people who are defending it in your life, who are defending it, if you really ask yourself, you're probably not that fucking surprised that that particular person supports it. You know what I mean? There's a type. There's a type, and unfortunately, that's that's fact, or it seems to be.
It does seem like some of the images have pulled down a little. I haven't seen as much over the past week and a half or so online in my feed.
Yeah, I've noticed a bit of a decline in that as well. I've also noticed, I don't know if you guys ever did much with this. Maybe you have, Jason. I'm not sure. For a while there, everyone was doing the Whatnot thing. And I got signed up with Whatnot, and I got like a vendor, I got the, whatever you call it, like the approval to be a seller on Whatnot. But I never went through the setup and did the whole thing to actually try my own Whatnot show because I'm just not that technically minded and I didn't really know how it all works. But I was part of one little Whatnot thing last summer at Fan Expo in Toronto, and in about 30 minutes, I made something like $600 just selling prints to people who were sitting at home and were bidding on these things. I never really experienced anything quite like it before.
And why haven't you gone back?
Well, because it wasn't my Whatnot channel. It was someone else's channel. I was just a guest at. But I know other artists, like I know Aaron Bartling and guys like that. They do their own Whatnot stuff, and but I'm hearing lately that Whatnot's not been as good. Like people have been, like I know Whatnot blew up so big that I was hearing about comic book gigs, like they started doing Whatnot exclusive covers and stuff. But then that got so big, they actually just basically had to start publishing comics. Like they started actually getting into like there's a whole Whatnot publishers now, which is crazy.
It's one of those things where I'm like you, like I've got an account, I'm set to go. Like all I had to do is do a show. The problem is for me it's a little half and half. I was recommended to it from someone, so they automatically get $200 the second I sell something, which is awesome for them. But I'm not going to see any of that. And
it doesn't take away from you though.
It doesn't. And I do want to be supportive of the person that did it for me. I appreciate it very much. But because you have to answer all these questions. What I do like about it is it's definitely different than what you are seeing with eBay. But it's hard for me because like I'm a big Templesmith fan, Ben Templesmith. So I've been watching the show, and it's awesome to see. But it's a little discouraging, or I guess a little more eye opening. I don't know. Like I know, I guess it depends on the person, but sometimes he'll do like a remark, or he'll do a piece, and he'll sell it, and sometimes it goes for a lot of money. And there's a lot of times where like maybe a couple bucks, and I know that in result, you won't, it doesn't matter because you're still making money. But to me, like,
it can be really hit or miss, eh? Like I've seen some people do extremely well. Well, I won't say who it was, but I spoke with an artist when I was at Granite who said, "Man, I did this one whatnot thing. I got invited onto a buddy's whatnot thing. I had no idea what it was. All I know was I sat down and I drew remarks on books for about 3 hours live. And he's like, at the end of it, we had each made something like $7,000. He's like, and I went and paid my quarterly tax. He's like, paid my quarterly taxes on one fucking payment from whatnot. And I sat there shaking my head for about a week, going, "Fuck, how do I do that again?" And I'm hearing guys who are having ridiculous sales on these things. And I think it's just, you need to have a little bit of that kind of on screen charisma stuff. Maybe you gotta have. I don't know what the format is.
You definitely have to sell yourself, and you have to you definitely have to like go for it. And not it didn't mean to single Templesmith out or anything. Because there are pieces on there that he'll sell like some good money for. But like I watch Liefeld's whatnot, and he's hilarious. People will comment and stuff, and he'll be like, blocked. You're not going to be on my show.
Yeah. He doesn't piss around.
But yeah, and he sells. He'll straight up be like, "This is a high priced kind of art deals we're doing here." And I think it obviously depends on the amount of followers you have that you can automatically bring into your stream. So like being on someone's like Bartley, I think's teamed up with a comic shop or something. So
okay.
I think so that he's definitely going to bring a presence for himself, but that shop already has probably like 400 or 500 people or even more. I don't know.
Well, yeah, and I mean the experience I had, it was Gotham Central, which is a store here, kind of in the Mississauga, Toronto area. And Carlos, the owner of the shop, he's a really charismatic guy, and but he also had these younger sort of fellas working with him as well, who were working the microphone. And one thing I noticed that was interesting was every single person who joined the conversation as a watcher or whatever in any capacity, they would engage that person. "Oh, here comes Billy Boy 75. He just jumped in and he's interested in this piece. And oh, so and so just outbid him." And then like if someone got outbid that they had placed a bid like 5 minutes earlier, they would jump back and be like, or a couple minutes earlier, they'd be like, "Oh, hey, Jerry 79, are you gonna let this guy get away with that? He outbid you." And they would constantly engage these people. And these things, I'm selling $10 prints at the show that we're selling for $40 and $50 on the. I'm sitting at a Comic-Con where I can't sell the prints for $10, but I go and do a half-hour show at this Comic-Con at this guy's booth, and I'm selling prints for $60 with a camera on. Like I couldn't fucking understand it, but I was shocked. I walked away going, "What the fuck just happened? Like that was a tornado. That was crazy." Anyway,
I'm just worried about like doing it myself, where like I don't have a following yet on whatnot. So it's like
neither do I, man. Yeah,
I've seen some people like now if I was invited, like I said, like sort of like what you just said, where you're invited from a shop or something for like, "Hey, here's 30 minutes," and you're getting eyes on you that people haven't seen before, or people that do know you, and they're like, "Oh, I want that." And it is that whole like in the moment, I need to have this, and I'll outbid this guy just so I make sure to get it, kind of thing. And it's a lot of adrenaline.
Yeah, I was kind of blown away by it. And then when I was hearing other artists talk about just the crazy dollars and cents they're making by doing them regularly or whatever, and it's all that engagement stuff. But I don't know, like I'd be willing to give it a try before. I mean, that's what I was gonna. That's the point I was getting to, was that I'm not hearing as much about whatnot these days. So I'm wondering if maybe it has petered out some. Even the guy that I was talking to who told me, he's like, yeah, jump on before it peters out. Probably it's just right now it's just like magical money land that can't last forever. You know.
I've never
something
even
up
heard
here.
I know that they're doing comics, and they had like one of the highest grossing
I know.
pre-sales for like one of their own comics that they're making. But
Yep.
I know that I think Bartley's doing a Lost Years Ronin cover that
wow.
I think they're gonna start selling it on the show. So I think that's the only way they'll be. I think they're like Whatnot exclusive covers.
Right. Yeah. I think Dan Parent actually from Archie there. He's done a couple of Whatnot exclusives as well.
Yeah, I
yeah.
don't
I
know
wish I
how
knew
they-
more about it, man.
Yeah, I don't know how they work with that. I'm one of those people where like if I'm interested in something, then like I'll try to do a lot of research, and then if it's still something I feel like I want to pursue, then I'll give it a try. But it's
Yeah.
on my list of things to do this year, but I don't know. We'll see where it goes.
Yeah.
I know my camera died, so I'm having to wait for it to.
Yeah, I was just about to say, did your phone die or what happened?
Yeah, I just look up and suddenly my phone's off, and I'm
Yep.
like, oh crap. My bad.
Be just a moment, folks.
I've never heard about it. I have no idea what it is.
It's like eBay live.
But it's live, and
But it's specifically targeted to a pop culture audience. So you don't
Yeah,
have
like
people
specific-
selling car
yeah.
parts and
Specific genres and stuff.
and it's
Right.
kind of sniper proof in a way in terms of how the auctions work because more time gets automatically added as people bid towards the end. So if it's a whatever, I think it's like a 5-minute
it adds a minute every
5-minute
time.
auction, and then like in the last minute or so, if people start throw bids in, they kind of add 10 seconds every time a bid comes in.
Yeah, it's
Uh,
like if they try to snipe, then like it automatically adds like 5 to 10 seconds. Like you as the host can decide.
I see.
And then that gives someone else another chance to try to bid before it goes out. Or they've got it now set up where like I can be like, all right, I want to bid as high as $50, and then if people keep bidding and as it gets closer to that, then you're not sitting there for 10 minutes trying to outbid them each time.
Right.
I got you. Yeah.
Yeah, I forget the name of the website that had that, and they actually had to go to because it got sued for being gambling basically. And
Oh wow.
but the lawsuit, they won it, and that just opened it up, and several other websites did the same type thing, but where basically you keep bidding, you keep raising the price, it keeps adding time onto it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So pieces have. That's when I was first starting hearing about it. I can't remember who the artist was. Oh, it was Ryan. I believe it was Ryan Otley, and it may have been at like a New York Comic Con or one of these kind of shows where he was doing a Whatnot show, and that's when I first heard about it. Carlos called me out of the blue and was like, "Hey, do you want to do like a half-hour spot during Fan Expo at my booth, and we'll do a Whatnot thing?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." He's like, Ryan Otley just sold like a 5-minute Wolverine sketch for something like $1,200 USD. Like he literally started the sketch when they
Damn.
started the auction. They did a countdown while he was drawing it, and then 5 minutes was over. People were bidding, and then it went to $1,200, and it was a Batman head or a Wolverine head this big, like
Wow.
just like that. 5 minutes, boom, $1,200, and that was like one of many drawings he did during the session. So I was hearing that kind of shit and like going, "What the hell, man? That's crazy."
I think he's like shows.
That's
like,
life-changing
doing them at
money.
the
That would be.
convention.
Sorry?
Oh, go ahead.
No, go. Oh, I didn't hear what you say.
I was gonna say, yeah, I think when they're at the conventions like that, and they're like in this like cool environment, and there's a lot of energy, and then
Yeah.
they like jump on the stream to kind of be like, oh, we got Ryan Otley here, like, yeah,
Oh yeah.
it's definitely a lot better, like, than I think if it's a random Tuesday night at like 9:30 and you're like jumping on.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like anything, it's all about the marketing and like who's going to be witnessing the show, right? Who's into it, like
Right.
you know. But yeah, that's the stuff that is always so hard to plan. And even with the best planning, you can still have no viewers. I mean, I remember our friend of the show, Justin. I remember watching a couple of his Whatnot shows, and he was just sort of figuring it out. And it was like I felt bad, like it was kind of grimacy to watch him because he would just put a piece up and be like, "Okay, this is so and so variant from this comic, whatever the series," and he would put it up, and like I would just watch the ticker go by, and like it would have no bids. He put another piece up, a piece would sell for $4. You know what I mean? Like it was just stuff
Yeah,
like that.
that's
And he was
my
just
worry. It's like I don't want to put a lot of effort into something and it sell for like
Oh, so wait, you don't want to work hard?
Yeah, I don't want
What's with this valuing hard work thing,
whoa.
man? Why do you guys glorify hard work? My God. Jeez.
Hey, Jason, are you gonna be able to plug your phone in, or is it dead?
Yeah, it's plugged in right now. It's at like 14. I just don't know how hard it's gonna drain the battery if I
Oh, it
turn back on.
should stay ahead if you're plugged in.
Bring it back up.
All right. But yeah, I mean, really, when you do something like that, you gotta do a bit of marketing, let people know you're there, and understand that you may do one or two that are dog shit until word gets out and you're on there. But you can also have somebody who has a good channel on Whatnot, it's been around for a while, and they can kind of do a Twitch thing where they can redirect their feed, saying, "Hey, we're teaming up with Jason Flowers tonight," and their feed goes directly to you. They ping their entire following base, and then they automatically get a notification. They can jump on and share your stream.
Yep. Kevin Eastman's got a Whatnot, but it's through this comic shop. So like he'll come on, he'll do like an hour of just selling like Kevin Eastman stuff, and then it'll literally be like he'll jump on for like maybe 30 minutes, talk to people, answer questions, which is really cool, and then he'll hop off, and then they'll sell the rest of the pieces.
Right.
But it's through a shop that's established, and they've got
I mean, you can do the same thing, or if you've got an artist friend who's been on it for a while and has a solid base, again, they can do a takeover more or less. So their entire fan base will hear that you're coming on, and then they'll tether to it. I mean, it's just it does. It will take a bit of effort.
Yeah.
But it's totally worth the effort.
I'd give it a try before it's all said and done. Like before some horrible scandal comes out about Whatnot. I'd like to jump in there one time and say I gave it one try and it was cool. And I would, if that was the case, I would advertise the shit out of it for a week, and I don't know.
Well, the cool thing is that you can bookmark people's shows too. So if you put a show out and you're like, you want to do it a couple weeks from now, you can like advertise it like you're saying, and have it to where people can like bookmark it, and the app will alert them that, hey, that show's tonight. You might want to watch it. So
there's just like an orientation thing I haven't done yet, which is apparently no big deal, but I just haven't sat through
that was the weirdest part, is like you're in a group with like 50 like-minded people who are in the same like category you're trying to do, and you're all just listening to this tech 20-something-year-old, early 20-year-old dude tell you how to handle Whatnot, and I'm like, all right.
Yeah, the people I saw working the Whatnot booth, I don't know if they were a father and son. It was kind of an older guy and a younger guy. They were amazing. Like, they were on top of it. They were engaging everyone who jumped on, even just casual viewers, people who weren't even bidding. They still made the effort of saying hey to every single person that came in. And I really feel like that's where so much of the energy came from. But that's, you actually couldn't do, I would find that difficult to do and draw and try to sell items. You know what I mean? Like I would kind of want to, people like that kind of doing that in the background while I was working, you know?
So you're gonna have to mute me again.
Yeah. I heard you come in. I just got it. Yep.
Sorry.
No, it's all right. It's all right.
Gotta wait.
Hey, let's get some color on this guy. A few more ha-has.
Is it working?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, I just got Andrew in. You're back.
I'm back.
You're back, baby.
Yeah, to answer what you're saying too, like, yeah, like there's a couple where I've watched and they might just sit there and do like one sketch for that night. But what I want to do is like I want to sell art prints and I want to do remarks on art prints and remarks on comics and I think that, you know, yeah, you know, $15 for this one might be okay, or it might not be exactly what I wanted, but if you've got like 30 items, then it really adds up and it
For sure,
does
yeah.
come off a lot better for you. But to me, it's more just a lot of physical, mental prepping before I actually start it. So,
oh, I get it. Do you find that Ben shows like would you say more or less Ben does pretty well with his?
Yeah, I mean, you know, like I said, like, yeah, every once in a while there'll be like one or two just like small cells, but when they have an option on there where like it's really cool because you click on their house, it has like a little house, and in that house is like they have pre-listed auctions that you can see what they're like planning to do for the day.
Okay.
So sometimes you can like install those in there and be like, you know, here are the 20 items I've got coming up on the show tonight. And then you can have a list of items that are like, I'm only selling these at this price, you know? And then you can see what items have sold. So you can see what you may have missed. And usually when I look at Rob Liefeld's and I'll go through it and I'll add it up, it's usually like $6 to $8 grand like every time or more.
No kidding, eh? Wow. Well,
yeah, you can, you know, like you said, you just pull in a good chunk. You know, I don't see anything wrong with pulling in like $1,000 or $2,000 from a Whatnot show once a week or something.
My God, that would be completely transformative. Awesome. Yeah, that would change my whole life. It would honestly be such a massive difference to how things are right now. Like that would be crazy. Yeah, man. I don't know. I'm kind of curious. I kind of want to watch Ben's now. I haven't seen Ben in years. I miss the guy, but so is it just kind of Ben just watch? He just hangs out and shoots the shit and sketches while he puts different items up, basically.
So yeah, that's pretty much it. And his wife plays video games in the background, and she's always like cussing up a storm during the game.
Perfect.
Oh yes, Ashley she knows how to cuss with the best of them. For sure.
It's pretty awesome. But you know, sometimes they do giveaways and stuff. You can do like a giveaway for people to be on the show, and I somehow managed to win this. I don't know if you can see it in the picture. He was doing a giveaway.
Oh shit! Right now.
Yeah, he drew this live and then gave it away. So like it has an option where just like a rotating wheel of everyone that's in there at a certain amount of time. And I somehow won this. I have no idea how that landed on me, but it was the coolest shit ever.
Dude.
So
yeah,
that's 30 days a night kind of piece.
Oh yeah, no, it's classic. I love this stuff. So is that got me thinking, man. So does he have someone who's like exchanging the items for sale or anything, or is he just doing it all himself?
He does it all himself. You know, they do have like a rating system though. So like the big thing to pay attention to also is like that I've noticed is a lot of people will complain about their packages. Like Liefeld's gone off on a couple of people and he's actually blocked them because they've given like bad scores, and it'll be over the dumbest thing or something. But
Because of how he packages things,
no, and it's not even him. He doesn't even package it. He's got a handler who does it.
right?
But you have a certain amount of time to ship out an item off of web.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So, like, if you don't ship it in that amount of time, then like they can give you a bad rating.
Ah, okay.
Well, that sounds like a legitimate complaint.
Sounds like Etsy.
I mean, no,
Yeah,
I'm saying if you ordered shit and it didn't.
Well, one of the ones Myfield had said was like it arrived to the person's house and like the envelope was ripped, but the art was like the book was fine, but the envelope was ripped. So
yeah, to give a
him,
bad
like,
review on that's different. But I mean, a cautionary tale. So
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm
People missing out the
I'm
image.
going on a rant of like how that pissed him off that like he got 3 stars instead of 5 only because the envelope was ripped and it wasn't even his fault.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to interrupt real quick, guys. I've been waiting to do this for a bit. I was trying to do it on the sly. I was going to announce it at 9:00, but Rob's already done a quick little spoiler. So the volume 3 for Things Are Getting Sketchy Kickstarter campaign is officially live. Well, there's only 29 days to go because it's 29 days, 23 hours, and several minutes. So it's still 30 days to go if you look at the actual clock. But yes, it is live now. It would have been live a little earlier, but it took about 4 hours to render the video. So, and of course, and no one's hearing a bit of that because there was no audio on the fucking Kickstarter page. Awesome. So yes, it is live, people. I don't know why all of a sudden it was not pulling any of the audio in there, so I apologize. So yes, Kickstarter is live. Not much else to say at the moment. You missed everything else. But yes, the reason it didn't go live a little earlier is the video didn't finish rendering until about 30 minutes ago, and I was putting it up on the sly. So yeah, so a lot of we didn't do as many add-ons this time. We stuck to the coasters, and but there are a lot more original art tiers than there have been before. So yeah, and we kept it just to the books. And there will be stretch goals on it for a couple different cover colors, and we got a couple special coasters done for stretch goals, including an awesome one Mike turned in the other day, which I won't be spoiling, but just know that it is a Muppet related coaster. So yeah, so we'll talk more about that a little later. Sorry to interrupt you guys. I just wanted to get that in there.
No, that's great, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, but there's a lot of basically a lot of artist sketch cover live nights and then original art ones.
So we're still doing the 1-to-1 covers, right?
Yep, we got a few of the 1-to-1 covers in there, and then we have the live sketch night covers as well. So
sweet.
Yep. So
those are fun.
Yeah, spread the word. Let's see if we can get this thing financed, and we'll get that book out. And then what we'll probably be doing going forward is, because we are limited on the issue 1 or volume 1s and 2s, that we are going to be doing like a collected trade. So
cool.
Yeah, because I can get a trade with a sketch cover. They actually have it in cardstock, so that'll be fun.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah. Yep.
Who do you use?
Comic Impressions over in Fort Myers.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I used them on the first issue of Bounty. They do good work.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Did they do the last book, Stefan?
Yes.
Okay. Cool.
And they did the first one too.
Oh, okay, right.
Yeah. So yeah, and I'm talking to him too because I got a couple copies of a couple of blanks recently that were full color blanks that are looked like they were better to draw on.
Okay.
So I sent them like, hey, I want to be able to replicate this. That way, hopefully, we can get rid of the issue that we had with like the black cover.
Yeah, that one was pretty crazy, but you know, you can still work around it. You know, a clever artist can still find a way around it. I struggled a bit with that one for sure, but yeah, it was. There's always a way. There's always a solution.
Yeah, nice. All right, Danny's our first backer. Look at that.
Look at that, backer number 1.
Yeah, throw a comment up there and go first, like they do on YouTube's. Thank you, Danny. First.
Hey guys,
What's up, Thomas?
I think I need to jump off. I've been massaging my hand for the past 5 minutes, and I can't really feel my fingers because of the pain.
Okay.
So I can't really hold my.
No, take care of that, buddy. Yeah, take care of that.
Oh, brutal, man.
It came out awesome, dude.
Yeah, it's looking great.
Thank you. It's getting there.
What a great concept.
Should be pretty cool when it's done.
Yeah.
We'll be the judge of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, man. You take care of yourself. We'll talk to you soon.
Thanks. It's fun, guys. Have a good night. Okay.
You too,
That's
buddy.
good.
Bye bye.
Yeah, he tweaked out his rotator cuff.
Oof.
Oh,
Yeah, so I'm hoping it's just more of a pull strain than a tear, but
man.
yeah.
He's got to stop giving everybody gorilla press slams everywhere he goes. That's going to tear out their rotator cuff awful quick. So. Did you put up a link for the... oh, there it is. Sorry. Yeah.
No, actually, I was having troubles getting a link that wasn't a creator link, so
I got you.
yeah, so over on Bitly taking care of that right now.
See here. My, that's slow today. Oh. Man, good prices too. Really good prices. Yeah, really good prices. Oh yeah, that's a nice looking Kickstarter. Very cool. Backer number 2. Backer number something. Right. Okie dokie. Oh yeah, Jason, I wanted to say nice job on that Ronin cover. The
Lost years.
the one you're the Lost Years, yeah, with you're doing it with Rich Horn?
Yes. Thank
Very
you.
cool. Yeah, no, it's awesome.
Yeah, I appreciate Rich teaming up with me again for us to be able to produce this.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's probably going to be the only one I'll be able to do because IDW went up on their amounts, and so now it's like you have to get 2,000 or something, and it's insane.
Yeah, and the minimums are 2,000, so it's just like, yeah, I knew I kind of knew from the start I wouldn't be going to be getting one, but it was heartbreaking because and that's just a lot of money for any single retailer to come up with.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, it's there's no guarantees with these things at all, and I just I was pretty bummed out. I really wanted to do a cover for that one. The one that I really want to do, and I just saw someone pointed out to me today that it's been made available to retailers as an exclusive at IDW is the TMNT and Usagi Yojimbo crossover.
Yeah, the Usagi. I would love too,
I would
but
freak the fuck out to do one of those, man. That would be too rad. I didn't even know they were making that available. But again, it's probably the 2,000 copy minimum. So
I think it is, unfortunately.
That's damn near Marvel and DC numbers. You know,
Yeah.
That's getting that ridiculous.
It's a bit much.
That's crazy. Like you know, I wish more people were doing it like Archie, where you can just get 300 copies. You know,
Like,
300
I mean,
copies.
I get it though. I think it's a little of like, hey, we're trying to like weed out certain, certain
Oh, I get it. Yeah.
and also trying to make a little more off of them.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a lot.
It's a lot of money. It's an awful lot of money. Yeah.
Well, it's the whole. It's just like what Wizard of the Coast Hasbro's doing with D&D. It's like, oh wait, other people are making money off of our stuff, and we're not getting a big enough cut anymore.
Yeah.
Yes, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, we, wet our beak before we allow you to have,
Yeah. I've got to take a bit of a 5-minute break here, guys. I will be back shortly. All around this guy.
Danny said the Do You Poo minimum print run 9 copies.
Yeah.
No way, really?
Yeah. Because I mean they print all digital through comic impressions or.
Does anyone even know what's on the inside? So Danny and I have had this conversation. Does anyone actually know what's on the inside of those comic books?
I keep wondering that myself.
Is there anything in them at all? Or are they just blank?
I saw one. It's got to be about 4 years ago now, 5 years ago maybe, at the Fort Lauderdale con where I was repping Aftershock, and that was like the first time I saw them, and it was a actual comic book. Really? I didn't think it was a real thing either, and I went over to the booth and I was like, nope, this is a comic book.
Good heavens!
Yeah, it's all the same book, exactly. Yeah. So that's even funnier. That they haven't made another book, and it's all the same book. Jesus.
Oh wow! So it's the same exact issue all the way.
All these years later, just different takes on the cover. Yep.
Wow.
Be back in a.
All right, bud.
Yeah, I wondered that myself for a long time. Was like, what does the inside of these books look like?
That's insane. Yeah, I didn't know it was all the same book. That's just crazy. All right, now that Mike's gone, we're going to turn this into a Bullet Train podcast. So,
all right. No, that was actually really good. God, I've been trying to watch more movies, but I saw the new Puss in Boots movie. That was pretty good. It was actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you like that kind of stuff.
Well,
it was really good.
Antonio Banderas is another one that, he could read a newspaper and I'll watch it because,
yeah,
the voice. But then I love the Puss in Boots character, so I just.
Yeah, they did a really good job with it. And it opens up to more stuff that they're going to do, so that's cool.
Oh, is it? They're going to do the PBU, Puss in Boots universe then?
I don't want to say anything without giving anything away. So.
All right, everybody else plug your ears because I want to hear this.
I'll tell you off cam.
Okay, all right. After that'll be the after show, the behind the paywall stuff. Yeah. Do you listen to podcasts at all?
I barely have time to do anything.
Gotcha. Well, I didn't know if it was one of those things that you throw in, while you're working, kind of have background noise.
Usually, if I'm getting to work, I'm like, sometimes I'm at the table, sometimes I'm downstairs on the couch watching a movie, and then so I'm like all over the place. But yeah, I don't really get a chance, unfortunately, to listen to too much.
because I was gonna plug somebody else's stuff, not just my, because I got hooked into Dungeons and Daddies, not a BDSM podcast. And yeah, so it's one of those where now I got to get as many people to listen to this as possible.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's a D&D podcast, but actually one that is funny because most of them aren't. That's
It's
just
just
my
too serious. Too serious.
No, it's just one of those where they try to be funny and they're not really funny. Where like when I hear there's way too much improv on it, it just doesn't work. Where this one's actually, they obviously script things out and then improv on top of it. So, hey Eric, what's happening? Hadn't seen you in a while. How you doing, bud? Eric Will jumped in on a non-turtles night. Hey, all right. So Eric, did you live stream your basement yet? Seen his basement, but it is pure turtles. Even to the point where the corner shelves are pizzas.
That's
that
awesome.
Yeah, that was the commitment that sold me on. Like, all right, fuck that, he wins. I think Mike's coming back. I heard his desk. Oh, it was a fake out.
It's probably the cat.
Oh,
Saw
that's a
that picture
massive
he
cat.
posted.
That is a massive cat. Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, though, I was at the vet today taking my cat for just annual stuff. Saw the largest cat I've ever seen in person. This lady was holding this cat, and it was had to be at least like 30 pounds, and it wasn't fat. It was a Maine Coon. And it was just the biggest cat I've ever seen in person. And I was like waiting for her to turn her back so I could go get her. Mine snatch.
One of my cats he's like, you could tell he's got some Mancoon in him because he's got these awesome like saber-tooth teeth, and he's a pretty giant cat.
Yeah, I had one. Sergeant Pepper. He had the Dolly kind of mustache on his face, but when we found him, he was small enough to sit on my mouse pad because I actually have a picture of him on my mouse pad sleeping. And then at full grown, I needed 2 hands to hold him.
Wow.
Crazy. Eric, are you replying to yourself there, buddy? So what are you working on now? Are you working on Bullfrog Bounty Hunter? Or
Bounty Bullfrog. You're close.
Sorry, Sorry, my bad.
I'm still working on that. I'm finally almost done. Last year it kicked my ass pretty hard. With a lot of family stuff. So it mentally like stopped me from working on a lot of things. And I'm finally kind of getting back into the groove of finishing a lot of stuff, Bounty being one of them. And so this year is a lot of finish that shit so I can do this shit kind of year. And yeah, so I've got a lot of stuff kind of going with Bounty, but how well it'll show up on here, but that's just part of a page.
Very cool. Now,
The second issue.
Since I'm late to the game on this character and book, is this issue 2 you're working on, or what issue are you working on?
Yeah, this is the end. This is literally like 2 pages before the end of issue 2.
Cool.
So
are you going to Kickstarter fund it, or is that the plan?
Well, issue 2's already been. Yeah, it's unfortunately like I said, like last year mentally with a lot of the family stuff I had going on, kind of like abruptly stopped everything, and I had already done a Kickstarter at the end of, I think, 2021.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, so it's been literally I think a year now, and it's taken so long. And
Gotcha.
yeah, I hated 2022.
you're not alone on that one, but all right. Well, let me know when that one's up, because I definitely want to get issues 1 and 2. Do you have any issue 1s left?
Yeah, on my website, I think, but I might be sold out because like I've sold out of that print. But I'm gonna do a small Indiegogo campaign for issue 1.
Okay.
With a couple of different variants and that I didn't have for the Kickstarter, and then so that way anyone who may have missed it, because for a while there it was like I didn't want to leave Kickstarter.
Mm-hmm.
So, but now I'm just kind of like, well, why am I not? Like, I'm being an idiot, like, why am I not trying to make more money off of this? I have to switch to my phone because now my computer is overheating. So you might want to. I'm gonna do that now.
Okay, you're gonna go with your Bluetooth then, because otherwise we're gonna get the loop.
No, I'm literally gonna have to turn my computer completely off.
Well, no, I mean we'll get the loop on your phone though, I think. See? Yeah, we'll turn it into a disco real quick. Of course, now I have a great frozen screenshot of Jason looking at his camera, so I may just have to keep that one. Oh, I faded out. Damn it. I didn't get to save it in time. All right, give it a shot.
Man, this is coming on nice, really nice.
All right, I think that works. Of course, I got to bring in your audio on that one, so 1 second. So, I can hear you. They can't hear you yet, so give me 1 second. I have to bring in. No, but I just got to bring in your audio from that feed since I was getting your audio of your laptop. Oh, no worries. So in theory, you should be coming through. Let's give it a shot. Say something.
Testing 1 2 3 1 2 3.
There he is.
Jason.
Right. And Jason's back, folks. Hey, Jason, you're going to the Macon convention in Macon?
Yeah, I'm gonna be at tomorrow. Literally tomorrow, I'm gonna be at a show in Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
It's a 1-day show called the Atlanta Comic Convention, and the next weekend I'll be at the the Middle Georgia Comic Convention
in Macon. Yeah,
next Sunday.
Alicia says if you have any issue 1s around the house, bring them to Macon.
Yeah, if I have a couple, I usually try to bring them to the show. I know that I took them off the website, but yeah, I'm going to be doing a small campaign on Indiegogo probably in the next month or so. I just need to finish the rest of this issue for Bounty so that it's like out of my brain. Like it's been eating at me for 6 months on not being finished. So
I totally get it. And there were you got that project. It kind of lingers. You can't seem to quite get to it, but at the same time, you can't do
like
anything else until you finish it. Yeah.
Like a hamstring burn.
Yeah, it's been gnawing at my fucking ribs for like a long time.
David Sebo jumped in too. Hey, buddy, how you been? Yeah. Rob was asking. So there's 2 pages in the main story left for issue 2. Is that what you were saying when you were showing that page?
Yes.
Excellent.
And then there's a backup story. Yes,
okay,
that's coming.
Gotcha. Oh, that's why he said main story. Okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah, Rob wrote the backup story.
Oh, cool.
And I've probably been driving him insane. Poor guy, waiting on it too. So I'm trying to get everything done. It's getting closer though.
I'm gonna do a bunch of short stories when Dodge is over. Maybe just do my own little anthology kind of thing around a theme or something, and just something. Just tell some little 8-pagers, 10-pagers. I think that's the way I want to go forward for a little while. We'll see. See what falls.
Yeah, I've wanted to do a couple of I've got a couple ideas for some small short stories that I can just, get done and out there.
Yeah.
But again, the hardest part is not getting to work on those until I finish this. And
Yep.
how many more issues is Dodge?
This is the last one.
Are you on 4 or 5?
Issue 4. Yep.
Issue 4.
I'm just not
Nice.
real fast, but it's coming. Yeah, it's going to some pretty interesting places. I'm pretty excited about it. I've been very much, the process for me has been to. I haven't known the whole story from the beginning. Like I'm finding out when I get the script for issue 2 to start drawing issue 2. That's the first I've seen it, or the first I've had any sense of where the story's going. So it's been like that with every issue so far, which has been, its own sort of challenging way. Because I'm also just, I always like to be prepared. Like if I suddenly have to draw a whole different environment or a whole different kind of character, or if I have to design characters, I like to know ahead of time so I can start drawing the pages and just go.
Right.
I don't like to design characters on the page if I can avoid it. So there's been a little bit of that, but it's been cool. It's been exciting. Like I read the script and I'm always like, with every issue, I've always been like, whoa, like I'm always kind of floored by what he wants to do. And then I go, okay, now I got to figure out how to draw that. Right on. That's what that challenge is. So, there's definitely some good tests in this book for me. But I'm excited. It's the story comes to a pretty amazing. Just a really, like, I was not expecting the end, so it's exciting for me. I'm certainly not drawing. If you had asked me a year ago what I thought I would be drawing in the final issue of Dodge, it wouldn't be what I'm drawing. That's for sure. So it's pretty interesting. But yeah. So that's what I'm going to be kind of doing for the next couple months, really. Hopefully be finished in February. Ideally to have the Kickstarter launch sometime in maybe it's launch the Kickstarter end of February or in March. Provided we can get the whole team back together. Might get Danny on the colors again for a few pages for me, and he did some nice clean flats for me. And those pages that we worked on in that book really popped in the last issue, so I'm hoping to do some more of that. And I just spilled a whole bunch of ink all over my desk here, which is pretty great.
Oh shit!
But
I did that earlier this week. Spilled red everywhere. Like on the stream, I'm sitting there and I'm inking, and then just bloop,
Yep.
It was all over my crotch,
man.
just like dripping down my chair, and I'm like, awesome.
Yep. Yep. Wow. Okay, that's a lot of purple paint. Anyway, onward. Why I can never get rid of this desk. This desk contains the spirit of every triumph and every mistake I've made in drawing. So the last 25 years anyway. So yeah. Oh yeah.
How do you handle your pages? Are you like doing a page a day or a couple a week?
Yeah, man. I wish I could say I was doing a page a day. I'm lucky if I can get a page penciled in like 2 days, and that's because I've been trying to do really, really clean pencils, but I'm doing them digitally, which means in some way things are faster, but in other ways things are there's more opportunity to noodle and improve and correct. And so yeah, it's been a strange process. And then I usually print out my blue lines by hand. But got a lot of really busy panels, a lot of like multi-figure panels, and I find that stuff really difficult to ink. Unless I'm blowing up the panels really big. So yeah, I'm not sure how I'm going to handle some of these pages this time around, but that's typically how I will do the pencils, blue line, and print them out and ink them that way.
Yeah.
Although I tend to get better results if I just draw it straight on the page. There's a few pages from I think I did the first 10 pages of Dodge issue 1 just straight on the page. And, there's limitations with that, but at the same time, there's also, by not having the ability to zoom in and go crazy with detail, you don't waste any time. You realize you can't ink that detail now at size. So you basically are drawing and inking what your hands can actually do from the get-go. Instead of being able to zoom in on a face and, oh yeah, I get that face perfect. And then when you go to ink it, it's actually the size of a dime.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you're like, damn it.
Yeah.
It's that endless trap of that. Yeah. But in terms of speed, I wish I was going a lot faster. But I've had some straight up challenging perspective things that just, for me, if it's not right, I can't draw it, and if I have to build a lot of sets, as we all do when making comics, and I find that stuff takes me the longest to do. Once I get an idea of what I'm doing, it goes pretty fast, and the inking usually goes pretty fast. But it's the front end of things that I find is the slowest. I was hoping to get my buddy Mike Berglund to actually help me with the layouts on this one, but I haven't heard from him in a while. I know he hasn't been well, but I miss seeing his drawings and stuff. But he was actually going to help me with some of the layouts on this because he's really quick with that sequential art stuff. But yeah, it's the only thing I've got to work on right now is Dodge. So that's what I'm going to do.
That's good, at least. Yeah.
I'm going to make it off.
For now.
I'm going to make it up.
For
now. Yes.
For now, yeah.
Yeah, for now. I have a couple other projects in mind I'd like to do if I didn't have to worry about rent for a couple of months and I could just sit and knock something out. There's a couple of things that I would like to do on my own. Erica and I have some ideas for some stuff too that we'd like to try out, books and things like this. But yeah, we'll see what the new year brings.
Now, are you guys planning to take Dodge to a publisher, or are you just leaving it self-published?
Well, so far the self-publishing thing has been the crowdfunding and self-publishing thing has been it. From the get-go, Dodge was always going to be going to Image just because Retcon was at Image, and Dodge is essentially the prequel to Retcon.
Okay.
But I we had before the pandemic and everything like that, I had some production issues which slowed the project down and I think created a delay, and suddenly that wasn't necessarily a set in stone thing. So since then we decided to just crowdfund everything and it's been going all right. And I think we'll get the 4th issue done, and then we'll we have ideas for what to do next. I mean, he's got these amazing characters, in this universe that he's built. If anyone out there has read Retcon, it's a really interesting, cool book.
Can I interrupt on that real quick to say how?
Yeah.
It tickles me every time that I hear that Dodge is a prequel to Retcon.
Yeah.
Just
yeah.
By definition, Retcon it should be the prequel.
I know. And that's the funny thing. I mean, Retcon could very well be the prequel to Dodge. The way he has structured the universe, it's there's a lot of things that can go in those directions. It's really interesting. I found it really interesting in Retcon, and seeing where he has taken me on this Dodge book. I signed up for this book thinking it was going to be 4 issues of just a werebear fighting werewolves in Russia. You know what I mean? And we've gone to all kinds of places with this, and the issue 4 is more of the same. So yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm pretty excited. But yeah, he's got these great characters that really you could do so many things with. That you could tell another Retcon story featuring different characters and not Dodge. Dodge could be a background character in the next one, kind of thing. So yeah, he's made some cool shit. I really like the way Matt tells a story. His scripts make me laugh too. The way he writes them, he'll write them for me, so he'll like comment in the, he'll take shots or he'll make jokes right in the script, which I appreciate. Yeah, it's good. It's funny. I've never met Matt in real life yet. We've never actually met. We've been working together 5 years on a comic book. And it's a pretty interesting thing. So yeah, they probably would have had a meeting by now had the pandemic not chopped 2.5 years of everyone's life. But
Yeah.
Anyway.
These are looking great, man.
Thanks, man. Where is my black paint?
So you colored in all the ha-has and then you painted the purple around it, or is it a wash that you went over everything with?
So the ha-has were all painted with a resist material. So what I'll do next is when I finish the drawing and the background's totally bone dry, I'll go in rubber cement remover, this trusty old dense rubber thing here, and I will remove all of it, and the ha-has will all just be the color of the paper.
Oh, cool.
Which I can then lay a wash on top of if I wanted to make them yellow or something like that. But I could add all kinds of stuff. I'd actually thought about masking him out entirely with I have a bucket of this fluid, this PBO drawing gum that Brenda Little actually Brenda and Troy told me about, and it's pretty toxic stuff. I haven't opened it up yet, but if I know ahead of time that I'm going to be doing a lot of washes or airbrushing or something like that, it works as good as Frisket does, basically. And it peels off really easy. It doesn't seem to damage the paper. So,
very cool.
Kind of interesting. So yeah, I when a character like a Joker type character like this, it's fun to be able to use some graphical elements. Talking about Ben Templesmith, I always appreciate Ben's the way he hand letters his books, but also the way he does all his sound effects or will name his characters and his the pieces that his commissions that he does. Like if it's Magneto, he'll write Magneto, but he'll do it in just a cool way, in his own handwriting. Like I always think that's kind of cool.
So what are you doing there,
Yeah,
Jason?
I'm just bending it,
flattening it. Oh, okay.
Yeah, the paper's all warped.
I think like we're getting some insight over here. It's a really cool trick, but no, just straighten it out.
Yeah, I've been trying to get my hands on a thick slab of like 1/4-inch thick glass, like a high density glass. Nice big slab of it for when I'm doing sketch covers. So when if I do washes on a sketch cover, before anything starts to dry too much, I can lay this big glass slab on top, which will create a perfect, and I'll have a piece of paper in between the cover and the first page of the comic that'll absorb any moisture, but then lay this piece of glass on top and just let it dry like that. So there's no room for buckling or warping to happen. I saw someone do that before. I thought it was brilliant. Like I thought it was just a genius idea. So I might look into getting that.
So yeah, Jason, I was about to ask you that but Rob brought it up too. The colors are popping on yours. How are you coloring yours right now? Is that paint or is it?
Thanks. So I went to I just went to Michael's, and I usually use like watercolors, but I bought these like a Dr. Martin's Bombay Blue India ink.
Yeah, that's a favorite of Michael's and Mike's.
Yeah, it's just like a little starter set almost.
Nice.
And I've been trying to play with those a lot more, and it's been working, but it's just trying to get used to it,
Mm-hmm. No, it looks great.
I like the way it like lays down on top of the inks more than with my watercolor. Sometimes it kind of dilutes the inks, and the India ink doesn't seem to do that as much. So kind of makes it look a little nicer.
Mm-hmm. No, I'm digging it.
Yeah, it looks.
Yeah, so I was looking at the orange and yellow around the skull, and it was really making that skull pop. So
I appreciate it.
Alicia says she's currently having Hobby Lobby flashbacks because of what you're saying. Yeah, and real quick, I have to make a statement about my blunder. So if anybody did go to the Kickstarter and pledged, because I was doing in 2 different windows, I had yet to save the coasters as the add-on. So the coasters are now officially as an add-on if you are interested in the coasters. So
Sweet.
yeah, and they're pretty cool coasters this time too. So I'm happy.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, we produce a lot of artwork in this show, so I mean, it's so nice to have a little sketchbook of them. They're really nicely produced. They're really well put together, and really good value. You know, the pricing is good. I'm just looking at the pricing, and it's all really good.
Yeah, I try to keep it in a range where people it can be affordable.
Mhm.
You know.
I've unfortunately hit kind of a place where if I'm able to back a Kickstarter now, it's typically just on the digital level, unless I just absolutely have to have the book.
Mm-hmm.
Just because that's just the way. Unfortunately, the way the shipping works sometimes with Kickstarter is just out of control. You know, it's one thing that I'll happily pledge $35 for a physical copy of a book all day long. But when you're going to charge me $35 to ship it to me too, I don't understand that quite as much. You know what I mean? And there's so much of that built into Kickstarter that sometimes, or the different kind of aftercare packaging or fulfillment companies that seem to exist around Kickstarter that end up costing you way more than you think sometimes. So, yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, I'd say that's probably one of the biggest annoyance of doing a Kickstarter is the amount of like spammed emails you get that come out from like out of the woodworks going, you should use our company to do your backing, and you should use us for this and that. I'm just like, I just want to run my campaign, man. Like,
yeah,
I don't need your like pre-generated message.
The trick to that is have a second email account.
Yeah,
because I have a Gmail account that I do all this under that is not my personal one. So all that spam just goes right to that email, and I never open that email, but maybe once a month to see if any legit email has gone through.
Right. Yeah, I have to say, like, having done a couple Kickstarters now with Matt, you learn so much that first time you botch a Kickstarter.
Yeah, you do.
that you just come out like we had to lick our wounds for about 6 months before we even could think straight after that first shit kicking we took, because we just just some stuff we hadn't thought about that, and then you don't want to give up even though when it's clear on the first day that okay, we've made some bad design choices that are going to impede this project. We didn't tier things properly, we didn't stack up tiers properly, different things like that. It made the project like right from the get-go. But you still go up to bat every day, you swing your hardest. I was producing a different fresh Dodge piece every single day that the Kickstarter ran, try to generate interest and just give me a reason to post about it each day. And totally did not work. And then the second time we killed it. And then the third time when we were producing issue 2, we killed it. Then in issue 3, we did even better than the first. Like, so it built some nice momentum. And for me, the whole aspect of shipping it and all that, like, I don't mind. Like, it's a huge job and it's a thankless job, but it's your comic book, and enough people gave a shit about your comic book to make it come to life. Mm-hmm. And now you get to sit for 2 weeks and put them in little bundles and say thank you to every person. And it's a lot of work, but you know what? It's kind of the most satisfying part of the job in a way. You see it in print come back from the printer, and then you have to send it to everybody. And then once in a while, they'll even send, "Hey, I got my Dodge package," or they'll post about it online. That stuff just feels so good. It's the most satisfying part of what we do. And yeah, I don't know. To me, it's always like those kinds of burdens that come with it are just so much a part of it that I enjoy them almost as much as doing the work sometimes.
Yeah, it's like a belly ache, but it's very rewarding. It's almost as rewarding as completing the book. It's like, I've completed this now, and these are finally going up.
Something about the word fulfillment. It appeals on a few levels, maybe unconsciously, subconsciously, who knows? But yeah.
Well, by definition, fulfillment.
Yeah. No, that's what I mean. That's what I mean. Like,
yeah, as I'm saying. I mean, it's,
yeah, the word itself, is loaded with its definition. So, yeah.
I'm kind of stuck right now. I don't know. Is there any way you can look, Stefan? Can you look up?
Yeah, what you need?
His costume design. I feel like I did it right, but since my computer's turned off right now, I can't really jump on anything.
The M on his chest would be yellow.
Okay.
But I think that's.
And then does he have like blue pants?
The pants. Yeah, the pants are blue. You're right. With those accent pieces are red.
So this is red, and then like here it's supposed to be blue.
Yeah.
Oops.
Yeah,
All right.
Artist interpretation, baby.
Yeah.
Because
it's
weird because it flips from the top to the bottom, because like his shirt and shoulder pads you have correct, and then his pants and knee pads and everything reverse, because then his boots are red again. So yeah, it's a weird little. We're gonna change this out, so we don't get sued by Magneto. And then
there's a crazy looking. Sorry, go ahead.
I forgot. I never realized this, so I just looked at this here. He has like the lightning bolt across his crotch, like where the belt buckle is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it goes.
I'll probably have to do that later.
Yeah,
I don't know what it looks like.
Yeah, it's just a flash lightning bolt that is bisected by the belt buckle. It's weird.
Thank you for looking it up.
Oh, no problem. It's a great character. They really need to go back and do this again. Like, I want to see these. I want to see these characters again.
I want to draw that Lobo duck.
Oh yeah, Lobo the duck is
so much fun.
So good. Yeah. Yeah.
Did they collect this into like a trade or anything and put it out, or
no? That's the weird thing. You cannot get it in a trade because.
Oh no.
Well, I mean, you could buy it on eBay, like someone reselling it. Actually, no. It was never collected in a trade. You can get the like every now and then you'll find the series itself, but I don't think it was collected into a trade, because by the time it came around to collecting into a trade, the whole how are we going to divide this going forward type issue became a problem.
Right.
Yeah. I wonder who came out better on that. I wonder how they would even. How do you split something like that up?
No,
Disney and Warner Brothers doing Roger Rabbit.
It did come out as a trade, but it's out of print. That's what it was.
Okay.
So so if you want to buy it, you're going to be spending some money.
Yeah, it's probably like $100 or more.
Yep, that's exactly what it is. $100. Yeah, because I'm sure after they did the original print run and everything, now they're trying to get it going forward, you're not going to sell it. Because you're dividing up the royalties and everything. Yep.
Yeah, there were some wacky combos. I was looking at whatever they turned Magneto into is man, like just crazy color, like GoBot looking character.
Mm-hmm. Well, the one that just made me laugh out loud, I was just like, Jesus Christ, of course they did this, was X Patrol. Because It was
Okay.
Rob.
Extra
It
trouble.
was all Rob Liefeld.
Oh my god.
Ah.
Yeah, so it was like Shatter Starfire. Shit. Who else is in it? Pharaoh Man, which is the fair, and then or Ferris Man. Sorry, Ferris Man. I think it was. Yeah. So and then like Beastling. It's just like the least amount of effort possible in the characters. Yeah, it was fucking fantastic. I forget who Magneto.
And then Deathstroke's just there because he's
yeah, exactly. It's just Deadpool without the hood.
yeah.
God, I'm trying to remember who Magneto was. Who was he tied in with?
He was like Dr.
Oh, shit, yeah. The guy who does the Metal Men, Magnus.
Yeah, Dr. Magnus or Dr.
Oh, fuck. Who was the guy who created the Metal Men? I have to look it up. But yeah, that's what it was. It was actually a very smart combination when you think about it. Yeah. Magnus something.
Dr. Magnus. Yeah, I can't remember.
William Magus. Yeah, Dr. William Magus. So yeah, and I think he was Dr. William Magnus in that. But it was the appropriate combination of two characters. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that would work for sure.
Yeah. Because then, what was? Oh man, who was Wonder Woman meshed up with? Because I remember they made Steve Rogers and
Storm,
Frank.
wasn't it?
Huh?
Storm?
No, because Storm and Thor were tight. The mix. Because I remember it was like, all right, they're gonna mix Thor with Captain Marvel. They're gonna mix it with Thor, and they went with Thor. But yeah, it was Wonder Woman. Because the thing I remember about it because Steve Trevor was Frank Castle.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so he was.
Was it Elektra? Maybe.
No, Elektra was meshed up with. Oh shit! Because she was Dare something. She was like the Dare.
Oh yeah.
Man, I'm gonna have to dig through my comics to figure that out again tonight.
And this was all like brought on by the Marvel verse DC, right? Like it collided or something and it meshed them all together.
Yeah, that was the thing that brought it all together. And then they did the run of all the books mashed up.
Gotcha.
It was a lot of fun. Oh yeah, Alicia. Rob came in pretty quick to say that he got Sean's live sketch. So yeah, he jumped on that one quick.
Sean's live sketch. Oh, right on.
Yeah. He was hunting for that one.
Yeah. Those are fun episodes too.
Mm-hmm.
The 1-to-1s are really neat too. I've been lucky to have really cool. I think Paul Kemp has gotten mine both times now.
I believe so. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. He always just gives me great options. Like he'll be like, oh, just give me this character or something like that. I did that bunny kind of karate guy, which was so much fun. He's just like, yeah, roll a character up out of the book. Like I love gigs like that. That's just too much.
Yeah, I enjoy seeing the one-on-ones. Good. Oh, hey, Paul. Oh, Paul's here. Oh, hey, Paul. Yes. Thank you, man. You supported the Kickstarter and came up with allow the artists to do some cool shit.
Paul is the real deal.
Actually, not that I'm saying my favorite ones or anything like that, but one of the ones I really enjoyed was Carl's last one he did for Eric Paris, because Eric always wants a certain type of thing, the Marvel supervillain. Yeah. So Carl went really cool with the Spider-Man Green Goblin cover. And,
oh man!
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to be reminded of that one. I think.
let me pull up the digital file of it. This is one of those where Carl was like, "Hey, send me the logo so you could work around the logo."
Oh yeah, I got you. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, because Carl's got a dick swing a little bit, no matter what he does. So.
That's great. I'm sure I've seen it. I just might have been a while. I think Eric may have showed me himself. I'm not sure. Hope Eric's doing well if he's out there listening.
We do have another centerfold piece for this one. Unfortunately, yeah, because remember the TMNT night with Paul Womenko when he did that awesome landscape piece with the turtles silhouetted with the Foot Clan.
Oh,
yeah, baby! I was like, I saw that. And like, that's a centerfold piece that the people don't have to turn the book for.
Yeah, that's perfect. That's totally perfect. Yeah. Yeah, working in landscape is he does that a lot actually. He does some really, really interesting compositions working in landscape. It's fun. It's like laying out a double page spread like that. A lot of fun.
Oh yes, and also thanks Paul for the super nice post about the coasters. Yeah, he got a set of those TMNT coasters you did.
Oh yeah. Sweet, yeah. Thanks, Paul. That's awesome. Yeah, no, they came out great. All right, I'm just about done with this guy. I just gotta get the white out now.
And I'm gonna thank you for going all Bob Rossian on that. We're almost done with this, and blah 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 blah.
Wonder if I can draw with this little guy. Wonder if I should.
Of course you can.
I'm gonna give my old withered hand a break today and draw with a human-sized pencil.
That's quitter. I was about to say that's quitter talk right there, Mister.
You're a quitter. Man, there's so much more life in that pencil, Ruth. I believed in you. I'll lay in some shadows first on the face. Yeah, this character's just kind of ridiculous fun to draw. I mean, I love Sabretooth. He's probably my favorite of the X characters. And Joker's just always a treat to draw. He's always a challenge, but there's something nice about drawing the Joker. Mm-hmm. Fun. These a few of those elements. I think I would like to. It's really hard to show up on camera here. I would have liked to maybe spend a little bit more time exploring exaggeration on his on physical dimensions, like really make him huge, V-cut, giant shoulders, really taper down to pointy feet, pointy legs, 90s style Sabretooth. But at the end of the day, you just got to do what you do, and that's it. So,
yeah, it looks great.
Yeah, I would say, how dare you give us a glorious piece of art that you're not happy with?
Man, that's the hardest game of all sometimes.
Right.
That's a hard one to win. And when you can't win that one and you wrap up so much about your identity and who you are as a person and you associate it with your ability to work or your ability to draw. And man, I'll tell you, sometimes there's just days I really just can't do it. I just can't make it happen. And I sit and I try all day and I just can't make it happen on the page. But the truth is, all you can do is get up and try to do it again the next day and try to break through that barrier. And man, there's lots of days. There's lots of days when I just can't do it. So pleasing myself is a very nice, rare thing that's happening. But not as often as I would like.
As I spoken like a true artist, yeah.
It's not that happens all the time. But when it happens, man, just you feel it sometimes. That's why I like this show. Whether I'm feeling it or not, I have to produce something. I have to remain, human and civil while I do it, or try to anyway.
Well,
And
we appreciate the effort, whether it be half-assed or full-assed. We appreciate it.
it's one of those things, sometimes it's just I wish I'd just do art just for me sometimes, not have to post it, not have to do anything. That's the kind of art that I miss doing. But I've spent so many years now as a illustrator, where so much of that is such a huge part of business and how it operates, that it's difficult to kind of get into these art projects that are just for the sake of art itself. Maybe no one sees them. Maybe you just fill up a bunch of sketchbooks and they're yours and that's it. But it's tough. I feel like every time I sit down to draw, I should be trying to, there's always a hydro bill to pay or a cat thing to pay for. Or, you know what I mean? There's always something like that. So, but I do miss that just pure exploration kind of art, and that's something I vowed to do more of this year. Owe it to yourself as an artist to do that, to treat yourself to some time just to figure out if you still like doing this or not. If you still want to keep getting better at it, or if you just want to settle and do what you do. I don't know.
Well, we are getting down to
I've
the
been
last.
taking-
Sorry, go ahead, Jason.
Oh, I was just gonna say I've been taking that mentality a little bit more with my creator-owned work. Just instead of, if I see something I like I really want to draw like a turtle in a badass pose, and I'm like, why am I not drawing my character in a badass pose?
Yeah.
But then I also have to like look at the bill aspect, like you said, that sometimes I have to do that to pay the bills, and but I've been trying to focus more on that.
To quote the modern day Socrates, Ben Affleck, you do one for the studio, then you do one for yourself.
There you go. There you go. I love him. I'm a big Ben Affleck fan.
I am too. But if I'm gonna make a pop culture reference like that, I gotta go a little tongue in cheek. So.
Yeah,
because it comes from a Jay and Silent Bob movie. So goddamn it, I can't be all serious on it.
Did you like the reboot?
I never actually watched the reboot. I watched, I totally spaced on it, and the fact that it was a reboot, I'm like, does this movie really need to be rebooted? So I just watched.
It wasn't too bad. It was nice to see, like, he catches up with some characters, and you kind of see where they are, and it's kind of cool. But overall, it's all right. But it was cool seeing some of those characters.
If it's on a platform that I already pay for, that
I think it's on Amazon.
Okay, I may watch it. I mean, but it's going to be a bit because Clerks 3 was such absolute shit that it's going to be a while before I watch something from him.
Yeah, understandable.
Yeah. Yeah,
I like Mallrats. I like.
Oh no! I like the early stuff. I love.
That's
Clerks.
One of the best ones.
Yeah, I love Mallrats. I love.
Chasing Amy's good.
Chasing Amy's good. Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back.
Yeah,
those are all fun to watch. It's just my time is precious. That's what I'm getting at, fellas. My time is precious. So
no, I understand. Yeah. Man, I hate giving the time into something and really feeling like, and then you get to the end and you're like, God damn it.
Yeah,
like
that's 2 hours.
$18.99, that thing on Netflix. I was enjoying that. But by episode 7, I was so tired of just trying to guess at what the fuck is actually going on that I was just getting bored. And then by the end of it, the ending was just so unsatisfying. And Eric and I were both like, boo. Because we put in 8 hours, man. We gave it our 8 hours.
Oof.
Our eight evenings, we'll say, right? And
what show was this?
1899. It's
like the prequel to Yellowstone or something, I think, right?
I'm sorry?
It's the it's the prequel to Yellowstone. Is that the one? Or
Oh,
no?
I have no idea if they're related. Maybe they're related.
Is
I
it the
don't-
one
I
with
don't
Harrison
know.
Ford?
No. I think it was made by the same guy who made that show Dark on.
Oh, okay. It's a
Netflix.
It's a different show that I'm thinking of then. Okay.
Oh,
never mind.
okay. Yeah, I mean, it was an interesting concept, but I kind of didn't get the concept, and then I just kind of got mad. It just kind of get, when you start to get angry, you give it the hour, and you're like, nah, I'm just in a fucking bad mood. Like, I
Yeah.
could have watched something good. Like, I've been loving the hell out of it. I can't wait to see the final season of Better Call Saul when it comes eventually to Netflix, because we kind of finally sat and binged on all of those and got through what was available, at least on Canadian Netflix. I know that there's 6 seasons in total, I think, though, right? And I
still gotta watch the last one too.
5 on Netflix, but I think that's just a brilliant show. That's been one we really like. Yeah. I don't know. I want more like sword and sorcery, but there's none of it's good. Like I want stuff like that. I want some like
How about Willow?
Fuck
Yeah, you see it.
you.
Can't do it. I just can't do it.
Oh, I got.
You're
I
just
was
trying
like an
to.
episode and a half in, and I'm like, I'm done. This is
Yeah.
horrible.
See, you're just
that's what I
trying to
mean,
piss me
like-
off now, Jason. Oh,
No, I can't do it. I couldn't do it. I don't know.
all right. Well,
Yeah.
I'll give you 2 movie suggestions. If you may not be able to find them.
Okay.
But, so, The Death of Stalin.
Okay.
If you can find that, take the 100 minutes to watch it. It's so good.
Okay. The Death of Stalin. All right.
Yeah. It's a satirical biopic, maybe, in a way. I mean, like you're still third party looking in on it.
Okay.
So it's of the events of Stalin's death, but it's done in, it's not his true way he died, but it's a satirical approach on how the government was eating itself from the inside at that point. And it's actually based on a graphic novel too. I didn't realize that until I watched it. Yeah. And then the other one is a 1980s cult classic that not many people have watched, but called Battle Beyond the Stars.
Mannequin 2.
Oh, fuck you. I will watch Mannequin and Mannequin 2 back to back on a loop. No problem. Yes, Brandy, I'm a satirical approach. Exactly.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh yeah, Battle Beyond the Stars, because it was like during the height of everybody trying to latch on to the Star Wars heat.
Right.
So, but it's actually a pretty good science fiction for 19. I mean, it's got all the cheesy, low budget model work because they weren't going to spend the Star Wars money to make it happen, and they didn't have nearly the drive from the studio to do it, but they wanted to cash in anyway. So it's got more of a Buck Rogers feel than a Star Wars feel. But it's a really good story. Yeah.
And what's that one called again?
Battle Beyond the Stars. With your lead being John Boy from the Waltons.
Oh no shit.
Yeah. And and George Papard's in that. Yep. So yeah, I rewatched it recently. I'm like, yeah, I forgot this is actually a pretty good fucking sci-fi, because I was jonesing from good sci-fi, and can't find any good sci-fi. So
yeah. I'm itching for Dune, like the next episode of Dune.
We gotta wait till November.
November? Oh,
yes.
Is it this year though?
Yes. But I was so pissed when I saw it was November. I want it now. Language. Fuck off. Sorry. Fuck off, Randy. So everyone knows exactly who I'm talking to. Come at me with language. Do you not know where you tuned into?
I saw a good one. It's from 2019 though. It was called Headhunter.
Oh fuck
Yeah.
Are you really purposely trying to piss me off?
Yeah.
No, you didn't like that one?
Oh
Jason
my!
knows what's up, man. Jason's my brother. He knows what's up.
That one was sick. I love
Dude.
I fucking love that
Oh.
movie, dude. I
It was-
loved it.
It was a movie where they put the cameras in all the wrong spots. It's like, hey, you know that guy that you really want to see everything he does? No, we're going to see when he comes home and kicks his heels up and has a cold brew that gets interrupted by a neighbor's phone call to go fix his fence. No, it was I was so pissed at Mike for weeks
It was
for him
amazing.
making me
I love
watch that movie.
I love that.
I loved how silent it was. It was
I loved
cool
it.
and it was just moody and
It was
yeah. I thought
quiet.
was
It
sick.
had
Just
it left you. It left room. You know, because the guy left the camera in the wrong place. It leaves you lots of room to interpret what might be happening. I love that it's maybe the best monster movie I've seen that has no monsters in it.
Yeah.
It has
was a fucking.
it has nothing
it has no
in
monsters
it.
in it except for the end. The only thing is the end was weird. I will say the end was weird. But I watched it. Here's the thing. I watched that movie basically half scrambled because I had like a terrible kind of connection to it. It was taking forever to come in, so it was like constantly freezing. And I suffered through probably a 4-hour version of that, all truncated and chopped, jacked up and whatever. And I didn't care. I thought it was wicked. I thought it was so stylish, the sign. It was a character that I just felt I just related to the character in some way I can't really. I don't know. He also the character with the suit of armor on looked a lot like a character that I've been kind of messing around with since high school. So it had this kind of
His armor was sick.
Yeah, the armor was wicked, and I don't know. Stefan hated it. I see the reason.
I'm watching his face. He was just rolling his eyes.
There was
I
no
suggested
fucking story to that. Ah.
I know. You know what? It's cool. You don't have to like it. I thought it was great. I really just thought it was great. Maybe I'm just.
I
easy
looked
to
the
impress.
director up, and he apparently did some movie called Thanksgiving, which is about it's like puppets, but it's like this killer turkey.
You have my
And
attention
then he
now.
he made a Thanksgiving 3. He skipped 2. He straight up skipped 2 and went straight to 3.
Perfect.
And it's got more of a budget. It's called Thanksgiving 3, and it looks
Oh my God! He's the guy who made that movie. I know that movie.
yeah. He made
I
that
had
one,
no
and then he
idea.
also did a short movie that's on YouTube. You can see where it's like it's critters. It's like maybe 10 minutes long, and it's awesome. It's like a little 10-minute short of critters that he did.
Yeah, we'll move on because it's just so much. Like
Honestly, if I'm honest with you guys right now, if I had the option, I would fucking draw that Headhunter comic for the rest of my life.
well,
I would
yeah,
turn that
because
into
then
a comic book that I
that would
draw for the
actually
rest of my life.
the Headhunter movie was the equivalent of an early '90s Image comic. It looked great, but there was no fucking story. I mean,
Well,
you know,
again, it goes back. It's almost like Bullet Train, where it was like if when you really tear it apart, it's just a very simplistic idea.
no, but you actually
do this.
you actually get to see the stuff you want to see. If you're going to give me a movie of fluff and no real story, give me the. I don't want to okay. If you were to see the Bullet Train version of Headhunter, the movie would have started at the end when he gets in the car. and then him putting the suitcase
I
on
think
the
a lot
back
of that
seat.
was budget restraints too.
Of course,
I look at
of
a lot
course,
of
but
like
at the same time, but that's what you're getting. You're not getting the story you want to see. You're getting to see this guy coming home exasperated and going, "Oh fuck, I gotta work. I gotta do chores now."
And then they blow the horn, and he goes and fights a monster. I don't know.
Off camera. Yeah.
But he always brought them back.
Again, that's the same thing as if the Bullet Train movie would have been Brad Pitt getting to the car and putting the suitcase in the back seat. And then we smash cut scene to his next job where he jumps into the car again and puts his briefcase on the back seat. And he's all busted up. And then the next week we see him, he's smash cut to him going into the car, putting yet another briefcase into the back seat with more battle scars. Is that the Bullet
you know
Train
what?
movie you want to see?
He's still,
But he
know what?
looks
Like,
cool. He looks
I
cool.
feel
Yeah.
like he conveys very well the fact that he gets his ass kicked by the monster sometimes. Like he
Yeah.
And that's
he
fine.
comes back completely grievously wounded, has to
Brett-
heal, and then that fucking horn blows again. He has to put that gear on and go fight monsters. Like, I would watch that show forever. Forever.
If the entire show was him coming home from the day's work, putting something on the wall,
Yep.
fuck
And then
you.
trying to
You would
pee.
not watch that forever. You know how bored you. That would be like a Godzilla movie, but never seeing Godzilla, just seeing the people on the street going, "Oh no, Godzilla just destroyed Tokyo Tower. Oh no, Godzilla just squashed that theater. Oh no, Godzilla's coming out of the water." That's your fucking Godzilla movie from the point of view of Headhunter. So Cloverfield, take every one of those shaky cameras and jam them straight up J.J. Abrams' ass. That's what Cloverfield. So,
Do you want to watch it again? You say.
It's 10:05, boys. I think it's time to call it a night. Man,
All right,
I am gonna go watch the original Assault on Precinct 13 to get this bad movie taste out of my mouth.
Well, Jason, anytime you want to watch that movie again, I would gladly watch it with you, telecast style. We could each do a drawing of it. We could actually.
I have really been wanting to draw it.
Okay,
I really
all right,
have. And
here's
I'm
the thing.
Will
Here-
anyone know what I'm talking about?
Here's the thing: you can draw a Headhunter, but you can't draw him in any action pose. He can't. He has to be just like walking and hanging up ahead, making his drink,
He's cooking.
or fixing his fence. You can't show him actually doing something better that was in the movie.
Trying to pee.
Yeah.
A good story doesn't have to give you anything. A good story considers that you might be clever enough to fill in the blanks with your own rich creativity.
Yeah,
No,
that's what I loved. I loved
that's-
there was
that's
so much
not-
mystery there.
That's not giving
It was like the Jaws thing, You don't
Mhm.
see the shark. And then when you do,
Excuse me. You do see the shark, and yes, and
Well, yeah,
and the
but-
reason you didn't see the shark was also a budgetary thing because the mechanical shark kept breaking.
true.
So they still put enough together to give you that tight fucking really nerve-wracking scene at the end. So
But the
Yeah,
movie
it was pretty good.
yeah, but that's what I'm saying. You get Headhunter, you get all that build up, and all of a sudden you find out, the Viagra wore off on the movie, flaccid penis coming at you. Not gonna.
But he
Sorry.
collects the monster heads, but he's not the headhunter. The headhunter's the monster at the end, right?
Of course it is, because that's the twist. That's the twist. But you still don't get the actual, any closure of the story other than, we think we're really smart by giving you this twist of showing the human head getting smashed up. But, we're not even going to give you a mid or wide shot so you can see the monster or get any type of satisfactory closure. It was hackneyed storytelling all the way through.
Well, my question is this: Is the headhunter still alive?
No, his head gets staked at the end. Oh wait, the monster. Yeah. I mean, yes. I mean, at least with that movie.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna find out who I have to talk to get the right to draw that comic. I would draw that comic book all day.
But again, you got to draw that comic
That would
book
be pretty awesome.
without ever showing a monster, without ever showing any action.
If I wanted to adhere to those rules, which made it ruinous for
But-
you, I want to make something that you'd enjoy.
But what I'm getting at is now you're trying to expand on this and make a character make a character better than the source material, which I'm all for because the source material is dog shit.
Yes,
but
you've made your point very well.
I mean, yeah. All right.
It's all right.
I think everyone's done hearing
I'm
my
sorry, I
rant.
didn't mean to work you up.
No, it's all good. It's all good. Jason, you wouldn't be aware of this because you weren't doing the show back in those days. But we did. We used to do like a movie review type thing, and that was the movie that I had suggested. And so I very passively aggressively the next day drew a headhunter.
That wasn't passive aggressive. That was aggressive aggressive.
And they put that up for auction, and Stefan passively aggressively won the auction and owns the headhunter piece. So if the person who hated the movie as much as him is still the only guy who has any fan art of Headhunter that he paid for with his own money, then that says something about the film.
No, it says something about my heroism to prevent other people from having that shit.
You were saving people from.
I threw myself on that grenade. I'm like, no. I of all the Mike art that I will, showcase, that will not be it. All right, everybody. So we're gonna end this episode on the low note of Headhunter, but join us next week where we will be doing Battlestar Galactica.
That's next week?
Yes, sir. It is. Oh, nope. Sorry. Nope. I skipped a week. Reboot? Nope. Scratch that. Next week is TMNT. My bad.
TMNT. That's what I thought. Yeah.
So we've got Mike. Paul Lamenko's coming back. Nathan Phillips. And Troy Little.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah. And
right on.
We either be, I've got a 50-50 split, so I'm sure I'll hear from Randy on who it's going to be, but it'll either be Camilo or Santo will be sitting in on that one too. So
right on.
Full house on that one for another TMNT.
Well, if anyone else cancels, I'm sure you can put Jason on. I know if you're available. I know Turtles guy. I know he'd be on the show in a heartbeat. So
definitely. And we got in 2 weeks will be the Battlestar Galactica night, which
that's fun.
I'm super excited for. So, and to answer your question, Jason, it's both. It can be both as long as whoever you draw from the new one isn't wearing that stupid ass backwards wife beater bullshit. It can be from the new one. Yeah, and no one can say frack because at that point. Okay, all right, I'll allow frack because ironically, I'm sure I'm going to say frack at least once. So yeah. And the Kickstarter's live in case you're tuning in late. Please support that. We're already a third of the way there to our goal. And,
that's amazing.
Yeah. There was something else I was going to talk about and I completely forgot. But Monday we were coming back with Things Are Getting Dicey. I hope I'm not overspeaking, but I believe it is Nathan's going to be closing out his magnificent run as our DM and going to slide into a player role shortly, and I will be taking over DMing with the Icewind Dale campaign. So,
cool, man.
Yeah, I'm really stoked to get everybody fucked over in that world. I'm really excited to be a DM in that world. But again, join us on Monday for Things Getting Dicey, and we will see everybody in a week for TMNT.
All right. Be good.
Have a great one.
Thanks, guys.